Welcome back. We are live from 4 Peddlers Row.
Yeah.
Once again.
Maybe for the last time, it's Peddlers Row.
It is Peddlers Row. Welcome back, everyone, to 4K Kings. Another Tuesday live stream. And our last one until summer break.
Our last one until... Yes.
Our last one before summer break.
This is the last one.
Yeah. It's over.
We're done.
We're done. It's a wrap.
Stick a fork in us.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining.
Welcome. I am Russ. With me to my left is Matt.
You're right.
You're right. And we are the 4K Kings, your home of movie news, blues, reviews, jazz talk. We talk a lot about jazz music here. I noticed that. You ever put that together?
I haven't.
No. A lot of talk about tennis.
A lot of tennis talk.
Tennis, Legos. We talk a lot about Legos here.
Welcome old and welcome new. And if you're new, you are still at the right place despite all the Lego talk.
Yeah, but we should talk about Legos more, maybe. Maybe that's where this channel should go. I bet our subscriber count would go through the roof.
When's the last time you built anything with Legos?
When's the last time I built anything, period? I'm useless. I lack
That
worth.
took a dark turn.
I lack
Talking
worth.
about playing with Legos straight down the toilet into I lack worth, another stellar opening for us.
No, I build real world things, man. I'm a man. I've moved beyond toys and childish things.
Lindsay, the producer, how are you doing out there?
I'm doing well. Hi, guys.
How is everyone out there tonight doing from your perspective in the booth?
Looking good. Real good. People
Looking
are
real
excited
hot.
about the Lego talk.
What other perspective is she supposed to have?
We're here for the Lego talk. But once again, thanks for joining us. We are here tonight talking about only the finest in movie news, physical media news. We're going to be unboxing some stuff. We're going to be toasting, maybe roasting some collections.
There's some Kino news. There's some Lionsgate Limited news.
Lionsgate Limited.
Criterion? No Criterion news.
We got Criterion news.
We got Criterion. Criterion news.
Yeah.
What else we got on the agenda?
We're gonna be
roast or toast.
Roast or toast. You're basically repeating everything I just said. I already said that.
I was feeling a little bit of deja vu there, man.
We are going to talk about all that stuff. We're going to talk about some new collaborations.
Oh, really?
We got new collaborations to discuss.
Nice. What rappers are we linking up with?
We'll have to find out later in the show.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Nice.
What's new with you since we got together last? Anything exciting?
My cat passed away.
You didn't tell us that.
It's horrible.
I know.
Sorry,
I was waiting
Russ.
for the live stream.
Oh, God.
Nah, it did. On my
I'm
birthday.
sorry. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry.
Seriously, on my birthday. Like in midday. It was probably around 2 o'clock or something.
Wow. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
I'm genuinely shocked because I did not know this information until right now.
And it was sad. A little bit of a backstory. He was young. He had a heart condition from birth, so it wasn't out of the blue. It was in terms of, you're not expecting it daily.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, threw a bit of a damper on the festivities.
Mm-hmm.
Damn cat.
Your birthday. Yeah.
Why'd you do that to me, Matt?
And happy belated birthday. Well, I said happy birthday to you already, but happy birthday to you in front of everyone belatedly.
Oh, thank you, Matt. Thank you. You didn't have to put on a show. We're friends. You said it to me in real life.
I did, but I wanted people to also remember that it's your birthday, or it was.
You want to show them you're a good person.
Yeah, I want them to know that we're real friends.
Yeah, we are, man. We are.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear about your cat.
Yeah,
What was your cat's
sorry,
name?
Russ.
What's that?
What was your cat's name?
His name was Felix.
Felix.
Yeah. We didn't name him. Not that I hate the name, but I do. And, no. Come on. When I flounder like that, Matt, you got to pick up.
I don't know where to go from there. This is a tragic story. I don't know where to go.
It was. And you know what's funny? In my mind, I'm like, this is going to be awkward and funny, but then I don't know where to go with it after. It's like once the moment passes that made me laugh internally, then it's like, uh-oh, how do I get this back?
An SNL sketch, just don't know how to end it.
I know. Yeah, you're right. I need Fallon here to break character and start laughing or something.
All right, well, let's just take a hard right turn and get right into something completely different, if that's what you needed, if that's what you wanted. Last week, hold on, let me bring this up just in case anybody missed it. Last week,
last week.
We posted this video. Speaking of tragic events and news, we posted this, and not nearly the success that I thought it was going to be.
Really? I don't know. As soon as you introduced this topic, I thought, whoa, viral.
I was told more people were interested in this topic. That's what I was told.
By who?
That's what I was told. So that's where we went.
Who? Cite your sources, Matt.
But I feel like, despite the several different cuts that this video went through in terms of tone, in terms of how we appeared in it, in terms of our opinions on the deaths,
You appeared in it.
possibly, I think it turned out beautifully, and I'm really proud of this video.
Beautifully.
Beautifully.
That's a great adjective to describe this video.
Beautifully. Just wanted to share
It was
that.
a touching video.
It's more of a tribute.
It was. It was a touching
kids
video.
lost.
It was. It was.
It was. You can tell by the thumbnail. It was just full of class and dignity and respect.
That's what I thought. We also had some wild shorts going up. Russ, tell the people about the shorts you got going up.
Dude, I've been on a tear with creating shorts. I don't know what did go up. I've been a short machine. I'm a short machine.
You are a short machine.
I'm rage against height. So I'm a short machine.
We had a short about Quentin Tarantino stealing all of his ideas, Jared Leto being guilty, found guilty in a court of opinion,
Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence's red dress from the Oscars.
Yeah, a lot of hard-hitting topics that the people need to hear about. We need to get to the bottom of this. They need to know the facts about Jared Leto. The facts about how I Want to Be Sedated is not a sad alternative grunge, whatever he was doing with its song. It is not that.
He was not. It was
I mean, he may do, I don't know what else he's been doing lately, but that Ramones thing, unforgivable.
unforgivable.
Unforgivable, Mr. Leto.
Well, all of that to say, if you haven't watched any of this stuff yet, go check it out. These are just shameless plugs for stuff that we've already done.
Well, we need it for that child.
We're going to need that. We're going to need that. We're going to need that.
We're going to be plugging this one for a few years.
Yeah,
Just
I
get
know.
those numbers up.
I was going to say, we're on our way to 20K, and I don't know if these are the kind of videos that are going to get us there, but I guess there's no way to know until you put them out.
These are the kind of videos that are going to get us back to 5K.
Quick reversal. A quick
Who's
reversal.
out there? We haven't even asked who's out there.
Who's out there
and,
tonight?
And what country, what continent, what specific one should we shout out tonight, Matt?
Go, Lindsay. Give us who's out there
All right,
tonight.
we've got Mad Goose coming in from Denmark.
Denmark, that's who we're shouting out.
Denmark.
Love
We
that.
love you, Denmark.
We've got Mike's Mega World of Movies coming in from sunny St. Andrews in Scotland.
Okay, love the Scottish people.
Who said they were from Arizona and it's absolutely hot? I saw
Absolutely
that
hot.
just a second ago.
Then
It's
they
so
just
hot
break.
here too.
They just broke temperatures there, I believe, record temperatures.
Oh,
Yep.
Carlos
See-
Chavez.
We talk about weather on this channel too.
Yeah.
Tennis, Legos. What else did I say?
We're under a heat dome right now.
Heat dome. We talk about heat domes.
We're under a heat dome.
But anyway, back to the chat.
Yes, who else?
Oh, Dennis from Germany. And Mozart's Ghost from Columbus, Ohio. I don't think I knew that's where Mozart's Ghost was from.
Welcome back,
Jay Donnelly
Mozart's
in
Ghost.
Cloudy, Ireland.
Okay.
Atlantium from Calgary, Alberta. Ooh, Marco in Miami.
Marco in Miami. Welcome, Marco in Miami.
Marco in Miami.
Bienvenidos a Miami.
Oh my God, none of your business just said more uncensored trailers from Lindsay will get you to 20K.
There we go.
I just like to say I had nothing to do with the boobs.
Lindsay plays all of the content you see on the screen. We have her to blame.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
to thank.
Wow, Wesley
Thank blame.
Southard from York, PA. That's where I went to high school. Do I know you, Wesley? Outside of York.
Well, we're not going to give our last names, so no.
No.
We're not ever going to find out.
Matt, does she know Wesley?
Well,
We got Noodles 1771 coming in from Sarasota.
nice, nice.
Also one of my favorite places.
Give a round of applause to Sarasota.
What time is it generally in Europe right now? I feel like,
maybe like 10.
we must be at a good time for Europe.
It's late night. Late night with the Kings, remember?
Late night with the Kings in Europe. Oh wow! So we're like the Johnny Carsons of Europe.
That is right.
Wow! Not only was that an old reference, but ugh. Oh God! Let's get on to something relevant. I'm not feeling well.
Not feeling well. Yeah, so we got a lot of news to jump into, but before we jump into the news, I did want to mention a sneak peek of something that we're going to talk about in a little bit, and that's our first collaboration out there with someone who had reached out to us to collaborate with us because they were just so enamored by the quality of work that we're doing out here in the physical media community.
It happens to me daily.
And it's a online physical media retailer called Avant-Garde-Cinema in Germany. It's a German online retailer, also with an eBay presence as well. And I know sometimes he's out there. I don't know if he's out there tonight. Andreas, if you're out there, hello, friend.
And when you say eBay presence, holy shit, that's an eBay presence. This man has what? 100%.
100% positive feedback.
100% positive feedback on what was it, 7,000 some transactions, and that's just his eBay store?
Yeah, pretty wild.
That's pretty wild.
So he reached out to us and wanted to see if we wanted to collaborate in some way, which after thorough vetting process, we said, sure, why not? And we're going to talk a little bit about that later. We have something that we purchased directly from him to share with everyone so we can kind of go through the process itself, what it takes to go and purchase from his website. We have a coupon code, our very first coupon code to share with the audience.
And I want to go back for a second and reference that thorough vetting process you mentioned.
Yes.
We're from Peddler's Row.
Peddler's Row.
When we say thorough vetting, you guys have no idea. First of all, you got to check in. That you can't even get to where we're at unless you check in with the proper 4K King authorities, right?
That's correct.
You're patted down. You're initiated into the 4K gang. I'm not saying you have to take out an innocent civilian, but that may happen.
Maybe.
But it's a very thorough process.
Very thorough process. And we're going to go through, like I said, all the details about him, his shop, everything that he's got going on. We'll share a coupon code a little bit later. But speaking of thorough vetting process, I did want to show one more collaboration opportunity that was sent our way before we dive into the news, if people can stomach one more thing before we get going.
I love hearing about all this. It's good news for us. I don't know if it's entertaining for them.
So... as you know, Russ, we are prolific content creators on YouTube, which means we get inundated with requests for, hey, would you like to, show this on your show and, kind of present this to your audience? We really believe in what you're doing out there, and we think this product is right for you, and we want to collab. We get those constantly.
I want to clarify because it sounds like you're being sarcastic, but we actually do.
I'm not kidding.
I know this because I mean
they're fake. They're scams.
They're bots.
They're basically bots.
We get a lot of them.
We get thousands of these, and I wanted to say that tonight, finally, the right one reached out and connected.
Oh, we got the right one.
We got this email. It says, "Hi, dear. I hope you're doing well. I'm Rachel from a brand that specializes in high-quality adult wellness products. Our items are available on Amazon US and are loved by customers for their thoughtful design and comfort-driven experience. We're currently looking to collaborate with creators open to adult product content. I came across your channel and was impressed by your engaging and authentic style." Hear that, Russ?
Hell yeah.
"We'd love to invite you for a paid video partnership. The video could be posted on YouTube or other platforms, etc., whichever suits you. We only ask for a simple, honest intro to the product's features and user experience. If this sounds like something you're open to, feel free to let me know, and we'll talk about your collaboration rates. Look forward to connecting." Well, I'm going to tell you, we don't need to talk about rates because we're just going to show this for free. We're going to plug it for free.
Well, I was about to say, let Rachel know I am open in every way imaginable.
Here it is. This is what we are now sponsoring on 4K Kings, the thrusting dildo vibrator. Which they thought of us.
We really amped up that boob footage.
They thought of us when they said, you've got engaging content. We need you to share this. Number 2. And what's this over here? The stand
it's
for
kind of
it?
reminding me of the Thank You for Smoking. Or wait, no, not that movie.
The Burn After Reading?
Burn After Reading.
The thing that George Clooney builds in his basement.
Chair.
You screw it onto there so you can sit on it.
What version of Thank You for Thank You for Smoking did you watch,
Wrong movie
Lindsay?
completely.
I'm going to take this off the screen now, just in case something horrible happens.
Well, listen, after our patented summer break, I'll let you know how it goes. I'm going to test it out for you guys, all right? Rachel, I'll give it a test run, and...
let's run a poll and see how many people think we should officially...
I'm going to run a poll, and I'm going to let Rachel know if the product is worthy of our time.
Oh my gosh, the comments are really good.
Yeah, the comments are great because
they are.
I'm sure because they were right. This is the audience that they are trying to connect with.
I don't know, man. I think Rachel watched our videos. No, you know what happened? Rachel watched the child death video and said, these guys should go fuck themselves. That's what this is, man.
Oh my god. So I thought that was great. I thought finally, you know what, we've got we're collaborating with this company here who we're really excited to talk about later. We're collaborating with the double thrusting dildo vibrator.
Well, hold on, what's the product name? I can't
That's
just
it.
And what's the
really? I have to
discount
go
code?
on Amazon and type in thrusting dildo vibrator.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Don't forget number 2. It's probably like the size, like a pencil, you know, number 1, number 2.
Oh, that's hold on. Let our customers know we're advertising.
Our
here.
customers.
Make sure you get the right size dildo. You don't want to fuck yourself in a way you don't want to fuck yourself.
All right, Russ, let's get on with the news. As you mentioned, this
Maybe it was erotic ghost stories. Maybe it was all
maybe
that talk.
maybe there was we go after hours talk sometimes.
I don't think that was a bot. I think Rachel was a genuine fan. Lindsay, is Rachel in the chat right now?
Let's
I'm
ask if
not
Rachel's.
seeing Rachel, but we have a lot of people that want a discount code.
Well, we have to go through with the partnership with them first. So if it sounds like we'll come back with this, and we'll have like one on the set back there.
They're also
Wait,
looking
does
for personal testimonials.
Does Avant-Garde-Cinema offer dildos?
Actually, Avant-Garde-Cinema is in the house.
Oh, well,
welcome,
yeah.
sir.
Sir, do you offer dildos?
Is that part of the package here that we're going to be talking about?
Are you willing to collaborate with Rachel?
A 3-way collaboration? Hey,
We don't have enough dildo
Ass
heads
to
for that.
ass. This is great. Rachel, you got she knew what she was doing. That was brilliant. She didn't have to pay for this plug. But
She did it.
You have to pay for a butt plug from Rachel. Dude, we should advertise. I'm a natural at this, man.
you're great. Let's get on to the news before
Yeah.
it's too late. Last live stream, we'll be back July 22nd. That's when we are going to return after tonight.
Yes.
Tell us, what videos do you want to see from us when we return? We got a lot of stuff up our sleeves, but guide us. Let us know what you want to see outside of the brilliant streams that we run around here every other week.
That's true. We are open to suggestion. Ugh.
Whoa. All right, so let's talk about Criterion first, Russ. We'll dive into Criterion. They announced their entire September slate, which I've seen a lot of people say this is one of their best yet.
Really?
I'm not convinced on that fact, but I hear that every time. So it's like, this is their best month yet, and it'll be like titles I've never even heard of. There's a lot of stuff that I'm aware of here. But yeah, it's a lot of stuff, though.
Really?
It's a lot of stuff. It's like eight something movies and the Wes Anderson box set. It's all coming out in September. So here's, obviously, we've talked about this quite a few times at this point, but in case you haven't seen it yet, this is the Wes Anderson archive, his entire collection in 4K. But the one thing that Criterion's also doing in September is the last 2 in the set, Isle of Dogs and French Dispatch. They are releasing those separately and as standalone 4Ks as well.
Are those the only 2 that haven't been released separately by Criterion?
That is right.
Wow. So every Wes Anderson film that Criterion has will have a solo release as well as this box set.
Well, the other ones haven't been announced in 4K, but they have all been released in some format, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I don't know about Asteroid City and what's this newest one the studio's putting out. I don't know if Criterion are going to pick it up after that, but...
I completely forgot Asteroid City was a thing.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to that. I didn't see... That's one of the ones I did not see. I saw both... both of these.
Like, I don't know. I feel like I had one of those Men in Black or like Mind Eraser things. I completely
Just forgot
it existed.
Yeah.
That it was part of his catalog. Let me know. Is that worth watching? Did anybody see it?
Yeah, I don't know what the feel is for some of these later ones. I didn't mind Isle of Dogs. French Dispatch was a little odd, and Asteroid City I didn't see get really great remarks either. And I'm not actually sure how this newest one's doing, but let us know if you've seen it. Let us know if you've seen any of these and where they rank.
I will say that's a great caricature of Timothy Chalamet.
It is.
I can tell that's him right away.
As soon as I looked at it, I was like, oh, there's Timothy.
Yep.
There he is.
Good job. Good job.
Very good. Very good. So this is all the Wes Anderson stuff for September. And then they're also putting out This is Spinal Tap.
Wow. This is a day one purchase.
This is Spinal Tap.
This is a classic.
Yeah, so let's give a round of applause to that. So this is coming. I love this art too, by the way. I think this looks badass.
It does look bad.
This looks really cool. So this is out on September 16th. And it was previously out from Criterion, a DVD back in 2009, but they never had it on Blue, it looked like.
No. And I think that DVD, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't it go out of print?
Actually, I'm not sure.
Not sure.
I'm not sure.
Neither am I.
And it's actually in its 41st anniversary this year, which they're celebrating because that's funny. And it's like back in the theaters for its 41st anniversary, and this is a trailer for its 41st anniversary.
Is that a riff, no pun intended, on like turning it up to 11?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like 40, 41, 10, 11.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it.
Yeah. New 4K restoration. There was like a funny thing where Rob Reiner was like interviewed or talking about this restoration. He's like, yeah, we wanted to do an 11K restoration. He's like kind of making those jokes. Old features plus a new conversation with Reiner and Patton Oswalt, your fave.
Why?
I don't know why. But then there's also commentaries with Rob Reiner, the actors, and the characters. Like the actors in character is also on there as a commentary.
What about Fran Drescher? Is she back for anything?
I didn't see her name specifically.
I mean, she's in the movie for like 0.2 seconds. This is her only scene.
That's it. They put it in the trailer.
Yeah. Nah, dude, I can't wait. This is great news. Hilarious film. And I mean, I'm sure there were mockumentaries prior to This Is Spinal Tap. Maybe not, but this is the landmark one that I think kicked off a genre.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not only, I mean, Christopher Guest himself went on to do these, like without Rob Reiner and all that, with all the best in show type movies.
Yeah, sure.
But I mean, look at The Office. Look at that style of comedy that took over, especially on TV. I mean, this is the godfather of that, in my opinion.
No, definitely.
Would you agree?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. Just that look. I mean, just looking at that trailer, you can tell that that's way ahead of its time, or at least, like you said, inspired other things. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm certain there were mockumentaries prior, but I just think this is the one that culturally like hit. In, 83 or something, I guess 80. Well, the 41st anniversary. So what would that mean? Yeah,
with like goofy, sarcastic, dry, sort of strange like humor too.
Playing it straight.
A lot of those shows also have.
Yeah. Talking.
Yeah. No, dude, but it's awesome. This cover art looks so badass. So I don't know. Is there
unless they did like a Smell the Glove cover, that would have been badass.
That would have been funny.
Yeah. I always like the Stonehenge joke in this movie as well. Do you remember that?
Replay it, rerun it.
Where it's like so much smaller. Like you don't remember that shit where it's like a model they're looking at.
Oh yeah.
Or even though remember they keep getting like lost backstage. I gotta watch. It's been a long time since I watched this.
Yeah,
but do you remember that when they keep getting lost backstage?
It has been a little while
they're getting directed in the wrong ways.
Yeah. Is everybody out there excited for Spinal Tap? Lindsay, what are the comments saying about This Is Spinal Tap?
Mozart's Ghost said that Reiner was the man for the 80s. And Vincent Doyle said that he has the blue steelbook of Spinal Tap.
Oh, nice.
Looks like people really want Detroit Rock City. Both Shaw 84 and None of Your Business said they want that movie.
What does that have? What's the connection? I mean, I get like rock music, but beyond that, what does Detroit Rock City have to do with Spinal Tap?
Maybe nothing. Maybe that's just what they want.
It's two completely different movies.
It's just what they want, Russ. Let them have it.
Who would do Detroit Rock City? I think I suggested that for Vinegar Syndrome. I could see them doing that. Or Kino.
Shout Select.
Shout Select? Maybe.
So yeah, this is one of the bigger ones that was on the list for Criterion that I, instantly obviously recognized and knew that was like a big deal. And I thought that was really cool that they're putting that out. But these are the other titles that they're putting out. In addition, High and Low, Born in Flames, Read My Lips, The Beat That My Heart Skipped, and Flow, which was actually Oscar winner this past year. Is it foreign film or best animated film that it won?
I thought it was animated, but I could be wrong.
And what's funny is that was actually announced on from that Curzon label on Blue, and it immediately made me think of Dancer in the Dark because that was just announced by that Curzon label too. And I wonder if they do other crossovers. And I thought of you right away.
Listen. Of course you did. Did you not think about what I said in the intro?
What?
What happened to me?
Oh, God.
Why are you bringing this up?
I totally forgot. Let's quickly move forward.
No, I'm messing.
Oh, my
Don't
God.
ever show Russ
Hold on,
a
real
cat
quick.
again.
High and Low. That's the movie that Spike Lee is remaking.
Oh, okay. With
Denzel and your favorite actor, A$AP Rocky.
Yes. A very legendary actor that everyone knows of.
He was great in A Streetcar Named Desire.
Anyway, the beat that my heart skipped, read my lips. Both also coming out, and then all this other Wes Anderson stuff. So I don't know who's excited for what out there from Criterion this month or any of the months prior, because we got the sale coming up.
Ooh.
Friday.
Is it this? Oh, I thought it already started.
No.
No.
June 27th.
I have a
It kicks
list. I have a list. I've been slacking on picking up Criterion 4Ks. I realize that. I always wait till these sales, and then they pass, and I'm like, oh, I'll catch the next one. But my list is getting steep.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I kind of also wait for July and November, unless it's something I absolutely want to watch, like right in that moment. I'm waiting as well. What are you picking up?
I still need to pick up No Country for Old Men.
Okay,
that's like the biggest one.
Okay,
that, I'd have to refer back to my list, but that's the biggest one where I'm like, dude, I need to get that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have came prepared, Matt.
Okay.
I didn't realize we would be discussing 50% off.
I just wanted to mention
No
that
Country for Old Men.
Okay.
There's probably some David Lynch ones. I do have Blue Velvet. What else did I miss from Lynch? That's in 4K. Lost Highway's on my list, but that's one I keep putting off.
Yeah.
But
all right, well, come back to me on it. Just come back. Yeah, just come back to me, will you?
Yeah. Maybe,
we'll think about
after
it.
the break.
I got a couple that I can share.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Maybe
it'll spark something.
There you go.
And while we're talking about that, let us know what you're picking up for the sale.
That's right. And Matt, while you pull up your list, Lindsay, could you show us some footage of tits?
Let me cue that up real quick.
Thank you.
Keep that tit
I've
footage
come up
rolling.
with a montage since the last one.
Let's do Sleepaway Camp trailer 4.
I'm definitely going to get Night Moves with Gene Hackman. Definitely going to get that, which I did end up... I initially thought I was going to be a blind buy for me, but I did end up watching it and did end up liking it, so that's gonna happen. Picking up Brazil in 4K, and I'm just going in cold on that one because I feel like that's going to be the best way to watch that movie.
Sorcerer is on my list.
A couple people said that.
And then lastly, Sorcerer.
I knew it. I was like, I know where you're going. I'm like, Sorcerer is on my list.
Sorcerer is on my list.
Yes.
It is going. I'm definitely going to be picking this up because also, Russ, I did not tell you this, but I watched it.
You bastard.
I watched this movie a few days ago, actually.
Did it suck?
I couldn't remember if you had seen it or not seen it.
I have not. This is a blind buy for me.
Gotcha. I personally enjoyed it very much, but I can see exactly why it didn't get the universal acclaim of audiences and critics and everything else. I can totally see why. And the only thing I can really how I could best sum up is like the movie just has like balls. Kind of a thing where I guess in any other filmmaker's hands, all the choices that he makes throughout in terms of how he wishes to tell the story and so forth, like if it was anybody else, you probably would be like bored or turn it off. But because you're on this ride and he's a very specific way he wants this story to unfold and how he wants to tell it to you, and you're just like watching it, I feel like because I was in his hands, Friedkin's hands, it just ended up being executed exactly how he probably wanted it to be. And I can tell it's one of those movies that probably everyone hated it that was working on it. Everybody probably wanted to kill each other by the time it was over. Kind of like an Apocalypse Now situation, like when you watch that movie and you're like, holy shit, how did they do some of these things? And you probably know behind the scenes there was like all kinds of safety shit going wrong and abuse is happening just to get shots done on time, and they're running behind on shit. You can tell some of the stuff that he was probably doing that was going on. And it reminds me too of that conversation we had about The Exorcist, where the opening scene, they're in Iran. And you're like, he could have gone anywhere. He didn't need to go to Iran for like a 30-second intro scene. He went on location to shoot a scene in friggin' Iraq or whatever, because that's what the author, how he wrote it. He could have gone on some studio lot. It's the same thing with this. He's in like 5 different like locations. Like he's all over the damn place. And what's funny is I kind of read a little bit after the fact about, the failure of it and why it didn't work out. One, it came up against Star Wars in its opening weekend. So that's a big hit, number one. Number two, obviously, and I'm gonna play the trailer, but obviously the title is a little strange. And people, I mean, I guess at the time thought this really was about a sorcerer, which clearly it's not. So, that aside, the movie itself is about 4 dudes who basically are criminals who are going on some mission that they, is basically like a it's a suicide mission essentially. But if they get on the other end of it, they're going to get the money they need to kind of go back and live in society because they're on the run essentially.
Pazuzu's in it?
But for the first like 20 minutes, this movie is not even in English. They're in France, they're in Mexico, they're in like Jerusalem, they're in, all over these different places. There isn't a single word of English spoken. Each one of these, it's an intro to each character, which is just like 4 basically mini movies that you watch before the movie starts. It's just, again, I can see why this didn't work out. But, and even this trailer, dude, is in a complete chronological order of the movie. Right. This is basically, so like all the stuff that you've heard about it with like the trucks and the nitroglycerin and trying to like, not like shake the truck or it's going to explode, all this stuff, that shit doesn't happen until like an hour and a friggin' half in nearly. But when it does, dude, it fucking slaps. But all of this stuff leading up to it, you're just on this ride, which I was never put off by. I enjoyed it. But again, I can see why this was a failure overall.
Damn.
But it's awesome and I think you're going to like it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm going to like it?
For all the reasons I just said.
Yeah.
Literally everything I just said. They look
Fair
at
enough.
Dude, look at this movie. It's like, you don't even know what's going on. You saw all these different characters and different sceneries doing different things, and none of them connect. None of it connects until you start the movie begins, Like, look, this trailer's like 3 minutes long, and we're nearly halfway through it, and we still haven't gotten to the part where, everyone's knows the most about this movie as far as like, the mission and stuff. Here we are. It's like the same, but damn, dude, is it cool. And some of the practical stuff that goes on, there's this like rope bridge scene that I was just like on the edge of my seat the entire fucking time. Highly recommend.
What's crazy? You mentioned how we talked about that during the opening of The Exorcist, how he literally went to Iran to shoot that.
Yeah.
You're saying he, trotted across the globe to film this. Imagine if in 1977 he had made Star Wars instead.
Yeah.
He probably would have went to space to film that shit.
Yes, dude. Look at some of the scenery. Like this is all on location, all this kind of stuff. But no,
Roy doesn't know where he is.
I know that was the one thing that he did.
What country am I in?
He wanted Steve McQueen to be the Roy Scheider character. When he couldn't get him, he realized like what the power of like star power means in movies sometimes, and that was one of his bigger regrets, I guess, for the film. But yeah, dude, I highly enjoyed it. I did also, it made me want to see The Wages of Fear, which is that other Criterion movie that they put out, or the other movie Criterion put out, that is based on the same book and is essentially a remake that William Friedkin did.
Which is kind of similar to Apocalypse Now also, in that it was Hearts of Darkness, a book where he just updated it to Vietnam.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody would recommend. I know probably a lot of people would recommend Wages of Fear. I'd be curious to know if, for those that have seen both, which one did they like more and why? Because I would really like to watch The Wages of Fear on the back of watching Sorcerer, which, like I said, I really, really enjoyed. It's a hard thing to recommend because it is, it's like a complicated watch kind of. Like it's not, but I think you will like it.
Nice. So I should continue on with my blind buy intentions.
Dude, even movie aside, it's got the Friedkin uncut full documentary on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm buying it.
It's got that whole 50-minute conversation with him and Nicholas winding Refn where he like puts him in his place for 50 minutes. Like
all of that needs preserved on physical media.
Exactly.
Yes. You could have just put those two things out in solo releases, and I would have.
Friedkin uncut with a special feature, Sorcerer.
Yeah. I want a Friedkin box set, not his movies, just Friedkin doing stuff.
Yeah, give me the Friedkin uncut 4K, and make Sorcerer a special feature on it. Let's do the reverse.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way,
this Friedkin box set, it's just 8 discs of him talking, having breakfast, but a special feature. It does come with the French Connection.
Yes. Let me jump over to the chat myself. Let's see what's going on here. I want to see what people think about the Sorcerer. What people think about Sorcerer and the opinions that I shared, if they felt kind of the same way. Let's see here.
Sword in the Stone cosplay. Run a poll.
No, they're talking about the thrusting.
Oh, we're up in the thrusting area. Sorry, let's get past the thrusting.
I don't know. I bet all the great comments are there.
Carlos Chavez, 4K Kings, home of the polls where the results don't matter. Nice.
Wait, we do polls here?
We do polls?
Lindsay, can you run a poll and see how many people feel that our polls matter or not?
think that's the problem. I never actually put up the poll.
Well, see, there you go. The results don't matter
wait,
because
what?
they're never
No,
run.
I'm just kidding. Sometimes I do.
The polls where the polls don't get run.
Oh,
Asteroid City practically unwatchable.
that's not exactly a recommendation.
Nobody
Russ.
said anything good about Asteroid City.
Russ, thoughts on the Spinal Tap sequel?
Oh, aren't they making that? Or did it happen?
Honestly, don't know.
I do remember talk about that. Isn't it something that's debuting on like Amazon Prime or something?
Maybe.
I don't know, man. that's a tough call. I don't know. I mean, they're legends. They're all comedically brilliant.
Yeah.
They could pull it off, I'm sure.
They still got it.
I wouldn't go in with, unbridled optimism.
Picking up Night Moves and Sorcerer, says Mozart's Ghosts. I'm picking up those as well. Congratulations on your choices. They are good ones. Let's see.
Oh, Radiant's on sale right now?
Yeah, they're doing 50% off too. I think is it at Barnes & Noble?
I just got Palindromes on 4K from Radiant.
Dennis, thank you so much. I totally forgot this other point to sell it on is the soundtrack for Sorcerer is the first time Tangerine Dream did a score. And as soon as the title comes on, dude, it's that just exactly what you'd expect, like a
Yeah, I know. You say Tangerine Dream,
dude,
we know.
as soon as it comes on, like as soon as you see Sorcerer and that music comes on, there's also a scene where like their trucks are like finally getting going for the first time with all like the nitroglycerin shit in the back and they're like taking off. And when that score comes on, like it just makes it seem like otherworldly. It doesn't make it seem like I'm in this movie. It makes it seem like I'm somewhere else, which just really makes this experience really badass even more.
GMV, Happiness and Gummo, great choices.
Vincent Doyle.
I did pick them up. I didn't have to wait. Those were the ones like Matt said. I wanted to watch right away.
What's Vincent Doyle? Is he saying something about he had a David Lynch auction, or there was one?
There was one.
There was one. David Lynch's director
last
chair went for $91,000.
Yeah, it feels comfortable. I like it.
Jay Donnelly, Sorcerer is Friedkin topping Friedkin at the height of his powers. Absolutely. Well, dude, honestly, we didn't
That's what it sounded like.
Dude, it is. It is. And we didn't hear the volume on the trailer, but literally the announcer at the beginning, he's like, from the man that brought you French Connection, from the person that brought you The Exorcist, takes you across 5 different like global locations in the biggest blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wow, they're really hyping this up. And then again, the trailer for 2 minutes is just unrelated men committing crimes. Like that's the trailer. It's like that's not even really the movie. It's just wild how they chose to pitch it all.
If Friedkin didn't become a filmmaker, he definitely would have been a travel agent.
Radia 704, thank you for the donation. Thank you for these streams. They are my chill time. There are chill time too.
Oh yeah, and I wanted to say this because I always feel guilty. If anybody does send us a super chat, and if you want to chime back in, ask a question, we'll answer it. I always feel like we have to dance. I feel like
monkey.
we have to do something for that. Like, ask a question, and we'll answer it directly, honestly. Well, Matt's a compulsive liar, but I will give you nothing but the truth.
Brown Bunny, Wages of Fear, incredible. Picked up the 4K disc. Friedkin manages to tell the story in 2 hours. Wages of Fear is 2 hours and a half. But from what I gather, Wages of Fear is a little bit more cohesive, or maybe a little bit more, I don't know.
It doesn't take like the first 20 minutes to travel across the globe and set up individual characters on different
storylines.
And, yeah.
I saw this awesome picture, again, just like looking a little bit into the movie, where a theater, they actually had to start putting up signs in the lobby that let you know, assured you that this movie was not a foreign language film, because for the first 18 minutes, it's not in English at all. And people were walking out not knowing what they just walked into. Dude, it's hilarious.
They had to probably put up a lot of signs like, no, this is not a foreign film. No, this is not a sci-fi film.
No, there's no sorcerers.
There is no sorcery involved in this film. Sorry, guys. This is just a completely misleading film.
Yeah.
Just go see something else.
Go see
Star Wars is down the hall to the left.
Down the hall. Down the hall. I don't want to undersell Sorcerer's third act. The bridge sequence is legendary, one of the greatest set pieces ever put to film. Couldn't agree more. Yeah, so
I don't know,
awesome.
guys. Don't set the bar too high for me going in. I don't know. You ever had that where something's been a little too overhyped, and then you go in and I don't know. You guys are building up this third act like it's like I'm gonna,
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the mission, basically.
Like I'm going to hop on that dildo.
You're gonna be ready. You're gonna be ready. You're gonna be ready for sure. I don't know. I feel like I went in pretty hyped too because everyone was like, "Oh, it's his masterpiece. Oh, it's his best film. Oh, this and this and this." And I watched it and I was kind of myself perplexed, like. But I was also intrigued, and that's the thing. I think that's what kind of kept me going because I'm on his ride and not some like douche.
Of course.
So I was completely intrigued, and I was like, okay, where is he taking me? What's happening now? Where am I at now? You know, it's just like one of those kinds of things. So I was like, hell yeah.
Of course. When it's a confident filmmaker and that trust is built, you don't mind being led astray.
I don't.
Because you know, oh, you're going to bring me back. You're going to give me something that's worth this journey. And Friedkin's definitely that guy.
100%. 100%.
I mean, come on, when you watch Killer Joe, sometimes when you're watching that, you're like, I don't know what to make of all this, but I know there's going to be some KFC involved, and I'm going to wait it out. You know what I mean?
Thanks to Criterion.
He's out there. Rest in peace to the legend. So yeah, so we'll be picking those up. And then what about November? I am probably going to pick up Spinal Tap, and I'm on the fence about Wes Anderson, but we'll see how that goes.
The box set?
The box set. Just about when I'm going to get it.
I was about to say, how much is that going for?
It'll be probably about $250 in the sale. Maybe. I could be wrong. I thought it was like $4.99 was the price. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's $3.99.
And how many movies is it? Like 10?
It's 10.
Yeah, that's not bad.
No, it's $25 a movie.
And if Asteroid City is as good as its reputation, I mean,
it's not in there. They didn't put that in.
Christ, even Criterion hates it?
They knew.
Dude, there's a Wes Anderson movie that Criterion hates? Oh my God. Who's putting that out? Who's putting out Asteroid City?
I actually don't know.
What's a joke label? Like a bare bones release. Like everything else Wes Anderson does is Criterion. But
The Phoenician Scheme just came out on a bare bones release from the studio. His newest one.
But that's his newest one. And
Yeah.
Criterion will probably go back and
grab
dip on it. But it's just weird that film it's like intentionally ignored and avoided.
All right. Moving along, Russ. Moving along.
Sorry, Wes.
Let's move on to some steelbook talk. I know people love the steelbooks out there, and one that we don't have full art for, but was teased, and there it is right there. Jacob's Ladder in 4K, coming from Lionsgate Limited.
That's the artwork?
That's part of it, yes.
Okay.
We can't see it all yet. That's the teaser image. And it's out later this summer. There's no date yet, but later this summer sounds like at least in the next couple of months. So I'm sure we'll be getting some more updated information soon. 35th anniversary of this movie.
90. Yep.
And released a handful of times on Blue. I was really crossing my fingers for Criterion for this one. I don't know what you thought or who you thought might put this out, but I could see them doing it, and it's just going to come out from Lionsgate instead.
For Jacob's Ladder?
Yeah.
Jacob's Ladder is a title I could see damn near
everybody doing it.
I could see Criterion. I could see Kino. I could see Arrow even.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that type of movie. It
sure.
hits a lot of genres that yeah.
Well, it's going to be Lionsgate Limited. Maybe there's going to be some new features. Who knows? They have been doing that lately. I'm not actually sure what's out there as far as previous stuff, but there's no news on that yet, like I said, and no full art yet. But as soon as we got it all, baby, we'll be bringing it.
That's a day one purchase. Jacob's Ladder, maybe in my top 20 movies of all time. I adore that film.
Well, I was going to say thank you to you for sharing this movie with me and Lindsay, the producer, because I hadn't seen it ever. And you shared it a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, we watched it.
Yeah, and you guys both liked it.
I loved it.
If I recall correctly, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Definitely.
Fantastic film. Anybody out there who has not seen Jacob's Ladder, get on that. Brilliant movie.
I know. And funny here, too, a quick cross-reference to our child death video is Macaulay Culkin right there.
Yeah, they really threw up his school photo on this cover.
They gave it to you.
Don't know what they're doing.
Rest in peace, too, to Danny Aiello and Elizabeth Pena.
You know what's really funny about this image, though, right? So they're using, out of his Vietnam buddies, they're using the one guy, right?
Right.
And notice how I'm saying the one guy.
The one guy.
Because everyone else, I know their names. Eric LaSalle, Ving Rhames. So basically this tells me they couldn't get the likeness rights to Ving Rhames or Eric LaSalle or any of the other known people. But my man here, who was the twitching guy that he first met up with Jacob on, They got his likeness.
They got him. They got dead Danny Aiello. His estate sold his ass off, and so did Elizabeth Pena, unfortunately. And I think
she passed away too.
Yeah, they're both. Yeah, their estate was like, yeah, use them. Who cares? Give us the money. And then poor Macaulay Culkin here, he kind of got like shittily painted. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't need his likeness.
Parents probably still own it, and they're like, yeah, fuck him. Give him his likeness too.
Yeah, Tim Robbins looks good. That's pretty spot on.
That is pretty spot on.
So,
Tim Robbins. But then the far superior Daybreakers was also announced. We should talk about this.
We did talk about this.
Well, when you say classic films, Daybreakers is top 5. I'd say Citizen Kane, Godfather, Shawshank Redemption, Daybreakers.
Daybreakers. And Jacob's Ladder just nestled underneath.
I don't even know if it's that close, honestly.
Remember
when I said Jacob's Ladder is top 20, Daybreakers is top 1.
Well, remember we talked about this one with like Sam Neill and his like weird pose with his cigar, and it's just kind of a lot going on. But I don't know. I'm curious to see. I believe this was announced as a steelbook, so I'm curious to see what their little slide down mechanics are for this one.
That title is definitely a steelbook,
and we'll be picking this one up for sure, right? Day one, right?
I mean, dude, I've never seen it. It might be okay.
Not Daybreakers. Jacob's Ladder.
Oh, Jacob's Ladder. Yes, yeah. Day one, dude.
Day one. And we'll have to pick it up direct from Lionsgate's website because they do their stuff direct to the consumer.
That's the way to do it.
The way to do it. Direct to me.
That's the future.
Put it right in my hand. Oh, and
we don't need you, Best Buy.
I don't know. Is there a lot of people that are excited for Jacob's Ladder, or was there some people that haven't seen it out there? What's the temperature on that, Lindsay, the producer?
Not a whole lot of chatter, but Mozart's Ghost said that they immediately thought of you, Russ, when Jacob's Ladder was announced. You put it front of mind.
Front of mind.
Really?
Yeah. Had you, I guess, maybe talked about it before? I don't remember.
We do so much in this channel, probably.
Who the hell knows what we've ever said?
I'm sure at one point we talked about Jacob's Ladder.
Must have talked about it.
But yeah, I adore it, man. This is one of the greatest, I'd say, psychological horror. I guess that's the genre you ultimately put it in, but it's so much more than that.
Yep.
It really is just a meditation on accepting death, which is a topic you never really see addressed in many films. You see about like accepting life and accepting hope, but this is about accepting death as a part of life, as a stage of life, and it's beautiful, like the message of it ultimately, and it's horrifying.
Yeah.
As a horror movie, it works beautifully as well, but it's just, I don't know, man. I always thought this movie is so deep. It hits on every level. I love the way it's shot, because I don't want to spoil anything, because it is a pretty big, it's a heavy movie. Let's just put it that way. But the way it's shot is so interesting, and it is exactly what I think. It's so hard to say, you know what I mean, without spoiling, but like what the metaphor of where he is and the way this movie is shot, I think was such a cool choice to make it grimy.
Yeah, it's definitely grimy.
Understand?
Yeah.
So that when he is being taken into certain rooms, situations, areas in this film that represent a darker place, it feels real world, and it feels like you are literally going to hell in parts, but it feels like it would if you were
really going
psychologically, having a panic attack or something. Like I said, it's just so impeccably well made, and it debuted that spin shot, where the person's face, that was the first movie to do that, and that is such an effective horror shot. I love that,
and it's got Elizabeth Pena.
Yeah, Jezebel.
Loved her. Rest in peace.
Loved her.
Loved her.
Would you have gone to hell for Elizabeth Pena?
Possibly.
Possibly.
So there you have it. Lionsgate Limited. More steelbooks from them, and then another steelbook, Russ, that was announced that piqued my interest, crossed my mind.
Oh yeah.
And that's the Neverending Story.
You didn't pick up that $400 one?
I did not pick up, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because there's a tie-in. It's like a whole wraparound story with this one. So obviously, as you know, they did.
It's a never-ending story.
It's a never-ending story.
With this goddamn release.
It was great. So this was the one that we looked at and that I salivated over and ultimately didn't buy because it's like $200 something, but it's got everything. It's got the goddamn, Neverending Story book. It's got the soundtrack CD. It's got the theatrical in 4K. It's got the German on blue. It's got all these posters.
The authentic certificate of childhood trauma that you endured for enjoying this as a child.
Absolutely. You definitely get that in that little, packet right there with the paper materials.
That FBI packet.
Yeah, right there. So they put this out. And now they're putting this out which is just a steelbook sort of counterpart. So if you didn't want to get the gigantic one, now you can get something that's a little bit smaller, although it is missing a few components. It does come with this slide sort of case, so your steelbook kind of goes inside of it, which is nice.
Yeah,
nice protection. And then again, it's the theatrical 4K, the German, their German cut on blue, and the theatrical on blue also. But it's missing the soundtrack CD, and it's missing the full-length documentary about the making of Neverending Story that was a standalone release prior that they gobbled up for that big one. So we're missing a couple of big things.
Yeah, that doc sucks. I can understand the soundtrack.
Missing the documentary kind of stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's also a pretty pricey set as well, not to mention, since this is coming from imprint there in Australia. But for those that are over there, those that are interested in these types of collector's editions, which I also am, it's just a little too rich for me.
How much is it?
Let me give you the exact total here. Hold on one second. Talk amongst yourselves.
Mozart's Ghost mentioned $100.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking with shipping and everything by the time we're all in on shipping.
Oh, man.
GMV said that they were waiting for the normal release, but they're going to bite because they love that movie.
Yeah.
This is the never-ending price gouge.
All right, so it's looking like, what's this, $120?
Before it shipped?
Let's see. Before it shipped?
I have never been happier to not latch on to a film as a kid than I am right now. Like, I like this movie, but it's not something, like, it's something I can pass and it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
If this was a different title, this would irk me so much.
This should be like $60. I mean, the other thing's like $200 for God's sake.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So it's Australian dollars, 120. I'm trying to get that changed over to American dollars just to see before ship. But yeah, by the time we get it here, it's insane. Yeah. I'm not even going to look. I just know it's crazy.
How much is the Neverending Story 2?
Why can't I get that one in a $120 steelbook?
That's what the fans really want.
That's what they want. That's what they want. So yeah, so I was excited to see that this was coming out. I was like, oh, maybe this one's for me. I was like, oh, nope, I don't think so. The book one seems definitive. I don't know when the U.S. is going to get this goddamn thing. Can we get on it already?
I was about to say, this seems encouraging. It's going to get re-released over and over and over
and over again. I know.
So hold steady. You'll find the one, Matt. You'll find the one.
I've got my German 4K just kept collecting.
Oh, that's right. You already have a copy of it. I forgot about that.
But I want the theatrical.
Yeah.
Theatrical.
What's the one? Which one is that wolf creepier in?
He's both. It's creepy and the same. He didn't change at all.
Okay.
From version to version, he didn't change. Some of them did. Some things changed. Voices changed.
But
weird
the
stuff.
wolf is something that was.
It was
that's
solid.
the coolest thing in that movie.
Also, another steelbook for a movie that's still in the theater 28 years later. I've read mixed reviews about this. I was kind of excited about this movie when I thought this was like completing a trilogy of movies, but then to find out that this is also going to be a trilogy of movies.
What?
Right. I was like, just put off. I was like, are you kidding me?
What's the obsession with the word trilogy?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's
make like 4. We don't care. Just make all 4 of them good.
Right. It's like, there's this magic number of 3. It's like, I don't know, but make this to the capper. It makes sense. 28 days, 28 weeks, 28 years, done.
Seriously,
like wrap it up.
What is this OCD shit? Like, it makes no sense. I don't give a damn. Like with the Halloween movies, let's make a trilogy. No, you should have just made 1 and focused on it being like decent.
Yeah.
Then you stretched out a shitty movie into 3. Congratulations. You pissed me off. What's the point?
I don't know. And that's what I mean. That immediately put me off to seeing this too. It's like a trilogy. It's like, why?
And you know what's crazy? Because 28 months later? Weeks. Yeah, I don't know. I get my calendars off. The second one's pretty good.
Both are great. Yeah, the first one's good. Second one's really good. And I'm not sure.
And they should have positioned it like what you just said, as like this is capping off a good trilogy rather than, hey, this is the jump off for another cash grab.
I know. It should have been, like you said, wrap it up and then start something different. Start a new trilogy. Whatever. But a lot of what I'm reading as far as the reviews are concerned is because it's such a cliffhanger ending, because there's going to be another one, but also there's a lot of weird tone shifts that people found to be jarring and other things, especially regarding the ending. Apparently Ray Fiennes is really good.
Well, I heard when they break out into the musical numbers, a lot of the audience members walked out.
Apparently there's like a big zombie dong that's flopping around.
Oh, that reminds me. Guys, check out Rachel's Dildos on Amazon. Just go in there and search #2 thrusting dildo vibrator. The 4K Kings would not steer you wrong.
And now back to 28 years later, where I don't, like I said, I was interested with Danny Boyle coming back, Alex Garland writing it again. It seemed cool, but now I'm not feeling it.
Do you think Garland's the problem?
He could be. I don't know. I want him to break away.
Well, I guess you can't say that because Boyle didn't do anything on the second one, right?
No.
Just produced it or something.
Yeah. I want Alex Garland to go do something else, not write these movies.
I want another Civil War.
That's what I need. Please. Thank you. So, I don't know.
You know what? I want Alex Garland to make a rom-com with Jennifer Lopez. That's what I want him to do next. I want him to stretch his chops. I want to see what else he can do. Everything's kind of been the same, like doomsday, holy shit, the future's terrible. I want to see him have a nice day. I want to see him just make a movie about a walk in the park.
I'd like that too. Nice
sunset, holding hands.
Lindsay, have people seen 28 years later?
Yes. King Crimson 79 said 28 years later was excellent.
Okay.
Hey.
And Zach R said 28 years later rules, and I'm very excited to see how the sequels will follow it.
Okay.
So you are wrong, Matt.
All right.
Dead wrong.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to dictate how anyone should feel. I'm just saying my own opinion, but that for some reason to me, and that's maybe my OCD nature, maybe my ability to not enjoy things that aren't specific ways.
You go in with a chip.
Well, it's hard not to go in with a chip because their intention, it's a cynical intention to go in and tell me, we're going to plan this out for 3 movies, or we're just going to keep this going. They're treating it like an American sitcom, you know, like
Netflix series.
Yeah, like it's Steve Urkel or some shit. Like, take this seriously, dude. I don't need to pop in with the zombies every week and feel good and all that. What are you guys up to?
Give me a conclusive story.
Yeah, are Ross and Rachel going to get together in 28 decades later? I don't care. You know, that's not what this should be. It's like, you're telling me you don't have a complete story worth telling in this movie. And it could be good. I'm not talking about the quality. This could be a great film. It sounds like it is. We'll watch it. But I mean, just the selling point of it is what I'm discussing. You're telling me this is incomplete. You're telling me that my intention is to sell you more shit in the future rather than give you a conclusive story that feels complete and compelling right up front. And that's frustrating.
Couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree with you more. That was a beautifully said statement.
Thank you.
And then 2, think about what's the sequel to this going to be called? I mean, it's supposed to pick up right where another one leaves off, though. It's supposed to pick up right where the first one leaves off. Do you think 28 decades? 28 years in a week.
I want this series to go so far that it gets to it's a crossover with Idiocracy.
Or maybe they just go 29 years later. That kind of ruins the flow. But if it's going to be a new trilogy, 28, 29, 30. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. Who gives a shit? Who even cares?
Cillian Murphy does.
I certainly don't. And then I don't know why this showed up on my feed, just because of, I guess, all the steelbook shit. But this is not something I would ever buy. But I just thought, oh, that's cute. And now they sell these little steel nooks for your steelbook cases.
Oh.
This website Crunchyroll that sells tons of anime stuff, 4Ks, Blu-rays, whatever. They're selling these now too. And I was like, oh, look at that. It's cute. It's the only design they sell. It's for your travel case, you want to travel with your steelbooks, you have something else to get dented instead of them.
I agree, Matt. That's cute.
Isn't it cute?
It's really cute. So anyway, number 2, vibrator dildos.
We're not sponsored by Crunchyroll yet. And they're...
That's not a Crunchyroll.
What is that illustration top left?
I have no idea. They're trying to show you how to use it, I think, but I think they're getting wrong.
I'm going to figure it out, Lindsay.
They're doing it wrong. Holds 4 standard steelbook cases, not 4 thrusting dildos.
That's perfect because... No, that's not perfect. What am I talking about? Nobody makes quadrilogies. Trilogy. It's an unwritten rule.
That is true.
We all live by the trilogy, not the quadrilogy. The only thing we could do with this, actually, not even the Alien. They made more Alien movies. We can't even do that here.
They blew it. All right, this is a bad idea. Why did I even show it?
It's not cute anymore, Matt. It's not cute.
All right, let's move on to Kino Lorber. Kino pumping some stuff out. They got Xanadu coming out.
Ooh.
They got Coneheads coming out. Happy Gilmore. Undisputed with Wesley Snipes.
Yes.
And now 4 Rooms has been announced.
You know what's funny? I didn't hear this announcement, right? Mm-hmm. But I, checked our channel just to see, live stream coming up later today. And I saw 4 Rooms was in the title.
Yeah.
And my first thought was, who would put that out? I was like, probably Kino.
And you're right.
And I was right.
Man, you were right.
I thought it was either going to be Kino or Lionsgate Limited.
I love, again, it's another confirmation that you come to us for your news.
I really do. I got to keep it entertaining because part of it is the reacting aspect. So, like, naturally, I follow this stuff. I love this stuff. It'll come to me during the week, but I avoid it. I try to avoid all the information until I get here.
Well, here we are, folks. 4 rooms coming out from Kino. I don't know how many people are going to be excited about this. I certainly am. It's coming out 4K and blue, I think separately, not like in its own thing, but like a separate blue and a separate 4K. It's U.S. debut on Blu-ray. Yeah. It's only ever been on DVD and never on Blu-ray. And as you know, Russ, I bought this German 4-room Blu-ray media book because this has come out on Blu-ray internationally like 1,000 times. Like everyone's got this thing on Blu-ray except for me, except for the U.S. But there was like 3 different ones of this. I forget who. Yeah, it was awesome. 84 films or something. They put 3 different ones out, and this was such a cool art, and all the art was great. But dude, if the freaking disc itself doesn't look like just straight trash, like the movie itself looks like it might as well have been my VHS. It just looked like they just dumped VHSs down onto this and put it in a media book. Which again, packaging great, but what it looked like, ass. So I'm so happy that this is coming out from Kino in 4K and no less.
Well, man, speaking of ass, you should go to Amazon and type in number 2, thrusting dildo.
Tell them Rachel sent you.
Yeah.
And 4K Kings, of course.
4K King, yeah. Well, can I tell you another story about getting fucked in the ass?
Oh, wow.
No. Dude, my wife hates this movie.
Oh.
Really?
She hates it. And you know what's even funnier? I didn't show her the whole thing. I just showed her Tarantino's room, and she could not stand it. And I was like, wow, if you can't stand his room in this, there is no way in hell you're going to enjoy the stuff that came before it.
I have such a sweet spot for this movie, and it's obviously because when we saw this, we were very much so in the thick of discovering all of this stuff, and all of a sudden it was in one place, kind of mixed together, and despite it being a little uneven room to room, it is so charming all the way through that I'm never, I'm excited. Like when you're in...
I disagree.
When you're in room number 2, is that your least favorite one or your first one you don't like?
First one's my least
I love
favorite.
the first one.
What? You love Valeria Golino.
Oh, I do.
That's right. That's 2 of your 80s childhood crushes in one room.
Who?
Madonna and Valeria
Golino.
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
2 in 1.
2 in 1.
That's why you love it. Oh, and my girl, Alicia Witt, who we still need that commentary from on Longlegs.
And your dog fight, what's her name?
Yes, she's
Lily Tomlin?
Yes, Lily Tomlin.
I knew I was going to get that wrong.
Dude, when Lily Tomlin took off her top in that scene, I was like, whoa, I did,
Look, you even had, it's really funny that they put Marissa Tomei on the poster.
I was like, don't even say Marissa Tomei's in this match. She showed up. She just walked on the set one day. And they were like, hey, you want to be in the movie?
Yeah, she was on a phone call. They use her in the trailer,
She was just there hitting a bowl for real.
She was.
Like, hey, let's film this.
Dude, and at the time, which is crazy, she was playing one of my favorite Genesis games, Rambo 3. I don't know if anyone remembers that shit at all, but one of the characters in that apartment when Marissa Tomei's on the phone is playing it, and I was like, oh shit, Rambo 3 on Genesis.
Isn't it Kathy Griffin? Who's in the apartment with her?
No, it's it is. You're right, but it's someone else playing it. Someone else.
I'm just trying to remember because it was
incredible topic.
I think because Tarantino was with Kathy Griffin at that point, right?
Look at this. Look at this right here, Russ. Here we are. There she is. And that's not even in the movie, that scene. The trailer's got some shit that's not even in the movie.
Dude, I enjoy it from I enjoy this movie from beginning to end.
Yes.
Even the first room. Okay.
Yes.
But nah, dude, I can also objectively say it's uneven as hell, and I understand people not liking this movie.
Oh, I don't.
How can you not understand it?
I don't understand it. I understand Sorcerer. I don't understand this.
You don't understand what?
Why people hate Sorcerer, but I don't understand why they hate this one. They shouldn't hate this one.
Dude, even in the 90s, we lived through the whole Tarantino heyday.
Yeah.
Even back then, people weren't talking about this.
I know,
it was people like you and I who watched this. The people who even loved Reservoir Dogs didn't fuck with this.
The people that watched this channel watched it, right? Right, Lindsay? Tell me.
Of course. Yes. Definitely. But what I'm saying is this didn't cross any lines concerning pop culture relevance. Not at all.
Well, not that. I'm not saying that. I didn't say that. No,
out of
well, she is.
anything, out of anything Tarantino was involved with in the 90s concerning writing and directing, this had the least impact.
Ione
True
Sky.
Romance had a bigger what?
Ione Sky's in it. In the first room, also. So I had one more.
Like I said, you just like your heterosexuality is clouding your judgment on how good that segment is, man.
That's a great segment. The last segment's great.
No, I love Tarantino's segment. I love Rodriguez's. I like the second one too. The first one is the weakest by far.
Lindsay, let's run a poll.
Eye candy. I don't care how much eye candy is in it. Is the weakest by far.
Let's get a poll going where the results don't matter. I don't know. You can only do 2 options. It can't be like, what's your favorite and pick the 4. I don't know. What do you do? How do you do it?
Do you care,
is the first room good or not? Movie? How about that?
Yes or no?
Yeah, I know. Just ask, have any of you guys who has seen 4 Rooms?
So far, it sounds like most people are going to skip it.
Oh!
Or they haven't seen it. But someone earlier on was excited that it got announced, like way early on in the chat.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm buying it, man. I grew up on it, too.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, all of my feelings, even though I felt them as a child watching it, I still enjoyed it. It's just, I knew it was lesser.
Okay.
It was a fun little project that they all got together. All of these filmmakers were in the middle of the indie boom of the early 90s. They were all at Sundance, all at this stuff. Allison Anders Blue, like with, what was it, Gas Food Lodging. They all had a moment and they got together, and El Mariachi with Rodriguez, and they all got together and did this little experiment.
Yeah, it was great. Day one.
It's not great.
I've watched this movie so many times. Lindsay, the producer, and I have watched it.
This is the 90s equivalent of Grindhouse.
Yeah,
where it's like some people you'll love a part of it, you'll love this one, you'll debate which one's better, but most people are like, that's lesser Tarantino, that's maybe not lesser Rodriguez, but it's just divisive. Nobody watches 4 Rooms and would love it from beginning to end. You're going to kind of like this part, maybe love this part, and maybe despise this part.
I feel like that's... What'd you say?
Unless you're Matt.
I feel like that could be said in many cases for a lot of anthologies, obviously, because they all are kind of a little that way. But I think it's like still there's like an overall, call it charm, call it style, whatever you will, to whatever anthology you're watching. And some hit better than others. And to me, this has just got a nice vibe to it across all 4 that I feel like even when it's in the low times, it's still doing good.
I know, but I think you're personalizing it too much. I think your nostalgia is, because I feel the same way you do, but I can objectively look at this and, dude, this isn't on the level of anything else. Writing and directing. If you want to go into Tarantino's acting, like Destiny Turns on the Radio or something, this eclipsed that. But dude, True Romance, bigger than this. From Dusk Till Dawn had a bigger impact than this. Obviously, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, all bigger than this.
Okay.
I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal even in the 90s.
But it's a great movie and it's fun.
To most people, it's not.
I know. So I've lost the audience. I've lost you. Let's move on. I put this in there for me, I guess. Only.
Well, let me put it. I'm buying it.
Oh, great. Thanks. After all that shit.
Yeah, I'm buying it. I adore it.
There was one other person that said, Google's TRILOGY said, Alicia Witt broke my young brain in 4 Rooms.
There you go.
Mine too, actually. And it was because, and I'm going to talk a sitcom, so the audience, we know My So-Called Life, we know the OC, so okay. There was a show called Sybil with Sybil Shepherd when I was a kid, and my mom, I think, watched it.
I think we watched all the same shows with our moms.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Come on, you only had a handful of channels back then. It was there was a zeitgeist back then. Most people watched the same pop culture, shit. And Alicia Witt, she played the daughter on that show. And when I was a kid, I thought she was cute. And she was, and on that show, she was portrayed, I believe, as like more alternative or something like that. But yeah, when I saw 4 Rooms, that was the next thing I'd seen her on. And I was like, oh, like immediately, like,
that was
taking off her shirt and all that. I was like, oh shit, that's the same chick from that show.
Great story.
But it still didn't sway me as much as Matt, but he had Madonna in there. And
I don't know what else to say other than pick up 4 Rooms. 4K from Kino, out soon.
And now this wants to know, Matt, if you ever owned Madonna's 90s book called Sex.
I didn't, because I was too young to be able to buy that when it came out, but I definitely saw all of the scans online. They were called scans back then.
You know, it's funny. I had a poster of it.
Yeah.
I had that poster of her hitchhiking naked.
Yeah. There's like one where she's like straddling a mirror, I think.
I didn't look. I was never that into Madonna. I didn't see the sex book, but I did at one point have that poster.
Yeah, and I
I
never
don't
saw
even know where I came across that.
Truth or Dare. I also didn't watch, but I
saw parts of it, but it was. I mean, that's just a concert documentary.
I think the closest I ever got to something like that was that movie she was in with fucking. Was it Willem Dafoe or is it Harvey Keitel? Willem Dafoe?
She did do a movie. She did a Ferrara movie.
Which is the one where she's like, it's like
Body
Basic
of Evidence.
Instinct,
It's Body
basically.
of Evidence
Oh, okay,
with
okay.
Willem Dafoe.
Okay, yeah. I think.
And
All
it's
right.
terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't great. She was good. Moving on.
Candlewax. You know what I'm talking about, Matt.
Oh, I know. All right, moving along. One other movie from Kino that I wanted to hover on really quickly too, just really briefly for something that I thought was really interesting, and that's The Two Jakes coming out in 4K from Kino. Not huge earth-shattering news, but like I said, there's a reason why I really brought this up. But I just wanted to mention that, you picked this one up? Or did you get the other one from Zach? You did some trickery. I forget what the hell you did.
I scammed the system.
You did, because this one comes with the Two Jakes, but you did something.
So let me explain what I did.
Yeah, you did something.
At that time, Zavi put out the 4K of Chinatown with the better packaging than the Paramount Presents.
Right.
I have a beef with Paramount Presents. I don't like them.
Right.
So what I did was, the Zavi edition did not include the Two Jakes, but this edition did on Blu-ray.
Yes.
And all it did, it came in a little sleeve.
Yep.
Pull it out. Is that how it came with yours?
It's just like another.
Look, this is how it came packaged, right?
Yeah, it's like on this side. Yeah, it's on this side.
Look, right in front of it is this. So when you open it up, it comes like this, right?
Yeah.
So what I did, I ordered this off Amazon. I opened it. I took the Two Jakes out. I put that back on top, sent it back, told them it was damaged, and I wanted a refund. They opened it up, I'm assuming, and checked. Maybe they didn't even check. They gave me the refund. I kept the Two Jakes, put it in a little slip, and put it in my special edition Chinatown 4K from Zavi.
Wow.
4K crook.
4K crook. I know. And we're talking about new collaborations with people, and you're talking about how you're robbing.
Whoa. Check out our Instagram page and see what Amazon did to me on the Tombstone Steelbook I ordered.
You should have brought that
That's
here.
awful.
We should have talked about that.
No, you know what's even funnier? They wanted me to return it. They're going to replace it. I think it might have even it might be arriving today.
Yeah.
But they want me to send that back. And I'm like, what are you going to put this back in stock?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll
think
send
this is
you the
an AI picture?
of it. I know. Like, what the fuck are you going to do with it? But
Jesus Christ.
I have to actually physically return it.
That's crazy. Well, Kino's putting the Two Jakes out in 4K. It's coming out August 26th. Like we just mentioned, it previously came as a blue addition to our Chinatown. It's the sequel to Chinatown, directed by Jack Nicholson this time, and also stars Harvey Keitel, who we were just talking about. And like I said, this was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. It's not on the same level as Chinatown. It doesn't have the edge that Chinatown's got, but it was fun. But the one thing that caught my eye, and I don't know if anybody else noticed this, or this has gone on before, and it's just news to me, but as far as the special features, there's like a new commentary on here, and it's the typical new commentary with like an author of something and a film historian or whatever else.
Kino, 4K Kings will do this for you.
Film historian and host of Serial at Midnight podcast, Heath Holland, is doing the commentary for this movie, and I was like, holy crap. Now, I don't follow Serial at Midnight's channel that closely, but I do know he's a big physical media channel, podcaster, and so forth, and has been in this space for a very long time, which I did not know that he was also doing commentaries on these releases. Maybe this is the first one, maybe it's not, but first of all, congratulations to him.
Yeah.
And second, does this make it maybe closer for us to one day become a special feature?
Yes. Dude, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make a list. We're going to do a segment of the top 5 movies you and I would do the most killer fucking commentary on.
Yes.
Pump Up the Volume is one of them.
Bam.
I will go off on that movie. My commentary will make that movie better. You'll never watch the movie again without hearing my voice on top of it.
There you go.
I'm serious. We'll do 5 movies where it's like, you and I would go off on everything.
Do you think we could be called film historians?
Yes.
I mean, is it time that someone refer to me as a film historian?
What is it, a PhD, man? What did you go to college? Or your official degree or a film historian?
I don't know.
Anybody can call that. A kid could call themselves that.
Yeah, I don't know. But I thought that was really
I
awesome.
watched Jurassic Park. I'm a dinosaur historian.
I don't know if anybody has heard Heath be on like a commentary before. If this is his first one, like I said, I haven't followed his channel. I don't know if he broke the news there first, so this is like it getting broken for the first time, as they put these news out. But really awesome, pretty cool. I thought that was really interesting.
And I think that's really cool. It's the two Jakes.
Yeah.
For some reason, I like that that's the title because it's not exactly like a pop culture thing, it's not like let's say if a podcaster did a commentary on Mortal Kombat, it would be like, yeah, of course,
Kino, call me. Mortal Kombat, I'm ready.
No, but I like how this is a title that doesn't get a lot of love, doesn't get a lot of talk, so if somebody is that passionate about it, that can bring stuff to the table for a title like the two Jakes, I think that's great. You could get David Fincher will come back and talk about Chinatown nonstop.
Yeah,
but like nobody really wants to do it for the two Jakes.
Just Heath.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And titles like that. We're gonna do a top 5 movies where like nobody really gives a fuck about, but nobody really goes off on like passionately about that we could.
Yes.
And we're gonna do it.
I hear you. So this is great, and looks like they got some new interviews too for anybody that's picking up the two Jakes. So congratulations to Serial at Midnight's Heath Holland. I
might actually purchase the two Jakes now, legally, just to support Serial at Midnight.
Legally. Let's check it before we move on to some Second Sight news, Russ. Let's check in one more time with the chat. Let's see how everybody's doing. Lindsay, you been keeping them warm for us or what?
Yeah, I was going to tell you that a couple people mentioned that Heath has been on Kino commentaries for film noir box sets, as well as the Linguini incident with David Bowie.
Okay.
Hey, just said I need Russ to do a commentary on Heathers. Yeah. I got you. I could definitely do that.
I like none of your business's comment that said Matt's commentary would be, sorry, but I've never seen this movie.
Russ, take it away.
Nah, dude, shout select regarding Henry 4K. We need a Matt commentary.
Well, it sounds like Matt could go off on 4 Rooms, too.
I'm about to go off on 4 Rooms. I'm about to go off on Valeria Galino.
That's true. Okay. Actually, yeah, I want to hear that. We should do it on a Patreon, dude. I want you to do a 4 Rooms commentary. I would listen to that. I don't even want to take part in it.
Just bring up Jennifer Lawrence's red dress and watch me go. Watch me go. All right, let's see. Note to self, skip 4 Rooms.
Look, even Rick Jones.
Wow.
I confess, I totally missed this film, and I was a Tarantino guy in the 90s. That's what I'm saying. Come on, dude.
Time to watch.
You and I were on an OCD level of shit like this.
We were.
I mean, even people who were into it, who were like, it was, a lot of people skipped it.
I haven't seen it, says Brian S. Haven't seen it. Nope, haven't seen the movie. A lot of people haven't. It's all right, I'll pass. Okay, Ghost of Mars is better, says David Garsofsky.
Is better than 4 Rooms.
Apparently.
Well, you know what's funny? That's kind of, where I'd put it. Like, if we're going to do, yes, like, 4 Rooms would be in Tarantino's world, Ghost of Mars equivalent.
Dick Tracy. See, dude, that was Madonna's era. Like, she was very beautiful in that, too.
She was. And Dick Tracy's an awesome movie.
Yeah, it's great. I'll admit to liking Golden Girls, but not those two. At Mozart's Ghost. Oh, I was big into designing women in Murphy Brown.
Well, dude, I wasn't big into any of this stuff. I was just like...
I know you liked Wings.
This was the era... No, dude, this was the era where...
You didn't deny it.
What, Wings? I do like Wings.
That's what I said.
But what I'm saying is, when the late 80s, early 90s, and our ages, and what our ages are, cable TV wasn't exactly what it is. Well, it ain't shit today, but you know what I mean? It was very basic. And back then, I didn't live in a household where I could just walk in and control the TV.
Yeah.
You know,
you just had to watch.
Yeah. My mother would have, they would have laughed if I just, I'm putting on whatever. So I had to watch whatever sitcoms they watched.
Yeah.
And it was 2 women I grew up with. So it was Murphy Brown. It was Sybil.
Sisters, we said, right?
Sisters. I did watch that. Like, it was a lot of Murder, She Wrote, Golden Girls. It was a lot of stuff like that I watched. Mixed in with, they weren't complete tyrants. I got to watch the things I liked as well.
Like Melrose Place?
I never watched Melrose Place. No, I didn't get to see that.
4K historians. That's what we could be. Heath Holland is fantastic. There's your Heather's commentary request. The Linguini incident.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Oh, the author of The Road to Perdition, that's who he's doing the commentary with? That's interesting. I like that movie. I never read the book.
The Linguini incident, though, that's a movie with Rosanna Arquette also. And it was like, you couldn't find that anywhere. But it came out not too long ago.
Yeah.
I guess he did one on there, too. Good for him.
Good for him. Good for him.
We're not jealous in any way.
Not at all.
No. We're very happy for you. Serial at Midnight.
Very happy.
We're proud of you.
And what you've done for physical media. You piece of I'm just kidding. No, congratulations. Let's give him a round of applause. All right. Let's do a quick hit on Second Sight. Nothing that I want to spend a ton of time talking about, but just want to make sure that we're giving them their due props. They're putting out Nicholas Winding Refn's Pusher trilogy, starring Mads Mikkelsen, who I really like. And this is, I guess, this first film came out in '96.
He's that drunk guy, right?
Yeah, he's that guy.
Who needs another round?
Yep.
The drunk chain smoker.
I think he was Hannibal. Wasn't he also? And he was.
That was Anthony Hopkins.
And then also, wasn't there a prequel that he was? Maybe I'm messing it up, but he was the bad guy in Casino Royale with Daniel Craig. I loved him in that.
I think he was in the Hunger Games.
Maybe. But this is all three movies. The first one, 96. The next ones came out of like almost 10 years later, 2004 or something. I don't know. I have actually not seen these movies before, but taking a look at the trailer and just seeing some of the positive remarks that people were saying about it, sounds pretty badass. It's like a gangster sort of thriller sort of a deal.
Does it make sense?
Maybe this one makes sense.
No, just
maybe this one. But yeah, more of his films from Second Sight. Looks like they picked up whatever they could get of his. I'm
that's good.
Waiting for Only God Forgives next.
I'm waiting for Second Sight to put out that interview of him and Friedkin.
That
I want a solo release of where Friedkin puts him in his fucking place.
I'm assuming you haven't seen these movies before. Have you heard of these movies?
Dude, I am not a fan of this director.
Of this guy at all.
Why it's on? I've only seen Drive. Tell me the one that'll get me into him. I heard that movie. Didn't he do Bronson?
None.
No, seriously, didn't he do a movie called Bronson? Or am I thinking of another?
That's director? Tom Hardy, but did he direct it?
Yeah.
I don't think he directed that.
Maybe not.
What? That one movie though.
I'm just telling you, like, Drive to me was...
None are going to get you into him.
I don't want to get anybody angry, so I'm not going to say anything about Drive.
The Neon Demon he did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Only God Forgives.
And everything post-Drive looked very, for lack of a better term, pretentious. And I haven't seen them, so I don't know if they are.
Okay.
But just that's why I didn't watch them. He just doesn't grab me. I don't know.
Lindsay, how do people feel about Pusher out there?
Mellow Fellow said that Pusher is their favorite film trilogy of all time.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
It very well may be. I am not attacking anyone. I am woefully ignorant. I've avoided them.
You know what Second Sight likes? They like the color red. I feel like every box set is friggin' red. I swear to God, dude, like at least one of anything that they've put out lately is solid red. The whole box is red. The tint on the photos is red. The shit is red. They love
Even
red.
If it's off red, though, like You're Next.
Yeah.
There's a lot of red
Always.
going on.
Lots of red.
Whole lot of red going on.
Whole lot of red. So this is something that they're putting out, they announced, and then also a film that I remember watching a little while ago on the heels of seeing The House of the Devil, which is The Innkeepers, which is another Ty West film that I guess they scooped up. And I'm actually surprised they haven't done any of those other new movies he's done, like X and Pearl and Maxine and
I feel like they're coming.
They're coming, yeah.
You know, I feel like they're coming.
I didn't really care for this one. Did you see this movie?
I didn't. You know what's crazy? I enjoyed House of the Devil so much, and I stopped. I don't think I've seen any other Ty West film.
Yeah, I mean the trilogy that we just mentioned, I've heard nothing but good things about. But this one was just a little too slow to me. I just didn't really care too much. But again, Second Sight, they're doing their normal thing, and it all looks good from these
incredible
from these pictures. Nice art, nice font.
Not red, Matt.
Not red. It's a nice font.
It is
like that.
It is. It's inviting. Very inviting.
So that's your Second Sight update. Your Second Sight update, Russ. You're here for the news.
I didn't know this prior right now.
And then
let's join the chat.
You want to join the chat?
Yeah.
You join it on your phone. Start chatting. Check out of these news items and start chatting along. Great one, Matt. That's a good one.
I bet Matt hasn't seen this next one either, guys.
I saw this one. It's just that no one cares because it's the innkeepers. Busy watching shit like this.
This isn't shit.
It's not. I don't know why I said that. It's not.
Yeah,
all right.
You're being hard.
I'm being hard. All right. And then...
Bad host.
And then the last release I want to touch on before we dive into our unboxings and talking about our new coupon code. And we're also going to toast an audience member's physical media collection, all in the last half hour of this wonderful stream.
Could be a roast.
It could end up being a roast. We'll find out. A24. They're putting out blues, they're putting out 4Ks, usually digipacks and sometimes little thin media books, but they're doing their physical media thing and I like it. And they're putting out a movie that you recently saw, and Lindsay, the producer, and I just recently watched, and that's Friendship. And you saw this before me, and you told me, having not had any experience with Tim Robinson, his prior work or his television show that he has on Netflix or whatever, that you just kind of went in cold and really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was familiar with him through memes, and pop culture. Yeah, but I had never watched his show or anything. No.
Because when we watched this, I felt when it was over, and I kind of mentioned this to you when we were talking about it, that if you're familiar with I Think You Should Leave, his Netflix sketch show, not that the movie feels like one giant sketch, but there were so many moments within the movie that separated out could have been a sketch on the show, because it just feels that way, the way that a lot of the awkward comedy kind of comes across. So it was interesting to me that you not having that same experience or seeing it really enjoyed it, because as I was watching it, I was like, I wonder if you could like this movie if you didn't really have that reference point.
Oh, I did completely.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
And well, not only that, he's talented. I mean, this is my introduction to him.
Yeah.
But you act like, I mean, even the concept, this film, I wouldn't say it was like a wholly original film.
No, just the awkward nature of how the comedy is, like the way, how they derive the comedy is through uncomfortable, awkward moments, which isn't everyone's cup of tea.
No, it's mine.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's quaint too. It almost like you and I love The Informant. I could put, there's like quiet moments like that in here that I like. I assume you both enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, we loved
it as much as I did. Yeah. And I'm going to spoil one joke to our audience, and I don't care. One of the funniest jokes I laughed at in this was the drug sequence.
The drug wait, what part?
Exactly. You guys even know what I'm talking about? He takes, I forget what it is, but it's like he's supposed to trip, and it's like, dude, it could be like 10 hours and everything, and like he's gonna have a profound experience. And I hate for the past 20 years since Judd Apatow, in all of these dumbass man-child type movies, there's always a scene where they take shrooms or they do something, and it's like, so like they either learn something or it's so comedic and connect and corny. I'm so tired of that cliche. And I thought it was hilarious. In this, it starts happening. He takes it and he sees Paul Rudd and he orders a sandwich
from Subway.
At Subway. Paul Rudd has gray hair, so you're thinking this is going to be like some meaningful shit. He's like, so you want that toasted? Yeah. And then all of a sudden it just stops, and the guy pulls him up, and he's like, so what happened? You know, you were out forever. He's like, well, was that a Subway? Like, nothing happened. Yeah. I just ordered a sandwich. And he asked if I wanted it toasted. That was it. That was it. I was like, what the fuck?
I know. You're supposed to have a profound experience, and that's what happened.
And I just love that, because that trope has bothered me for so long in these like adult comedies. I just think it's so lazy. And when it started to happen, I was like, oh no. But when it pulled back so quick, I was like, thank you. That was hilarious.
No, it was
and
very,
how
very
it
funny.
meant nothing. And Paul Rudd just has gray hair. He's just like smiling, toasted.
I mean, outside of the humor and everything else, the only other like weird side random joke that I laughed out loud at, which I thought you might have laughed at too, is after like he goes to see, so Paul Rudd plays like in a punk band or something, so he goes to see him as they're forming this friendship, and he's like kind of like really into it or whatever, and then all of a sudden he starts playing Slipknot in his car, and then he's at home and he's playing Slipknot on the radio, and his family comes in and they're like, Dad, you like music? And he's like, yeah, I love punk. You don't like punk? And it's fucking Slipknot playing. Fucking metal behind him. And like later it's like playing that song again, like as he's like walking down the street. I know it is. Wait and bleed.
Yeah. And
this is really funny.
It's even funny. That's the one Slipknot song I know too. That's the only one I know.
But
so even for me, that worked.
I know, and just because that's his character, it's just silly and awkward and weird, and it's just that's the funny of the humor of it.
But even I thought the last shot made me laugh too.
Just him in the police car with the wink.
Yeah. Well, you just spoiled the ending for people listening.
A little wink.
But yeah. But no, then it cuts and it goes to the song.
My Boo.
I know you two are familiar with. Yeah. No, it was fun. Oh, and the length.
Oh, it's
wasn't
great.
long at all.
Yeah, it's like 90 minutes, 400
it was
minutes.
just like, dude, more movies like this, please. And for those who were worried, I was a little concerned going in that Paul Rudd was going to be like Anchorman Paul Rudd. You know, I thought maybe he was going to go a little, but he was smart. Did you agree with me?
Definitely.
That he's toned down. He's letting Tim Robinson shine a little bit more. There was one moment where he kind of did a Wet Hot American Summer thing, but I have to admit it made me laugh. Do you know what I'm talking about? He like the cops come to Tim's house and Paul Rudd's with him. Yeah. And Paul Rudd like kind of like flexes.
Yeah, flexing on him.
That was the only time it kind of reminded me of, Paul Rudd silly humor.
I mean, you can watch this trailer and basically get the gist of what the feeling of this movie is. There's a large swath of this movie that Paul Rudd's not even in. There's like a whole part where it's just about Tim Robinson and what's going on in his life and shit.
Exactly,
I mean, there's like a tenderness underneath of all of that uncomfortable, awkward comedy, but I don't know. It just hit really well, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know if Lindsay, is anyone talking about this movie out there at all? Has anyone seen this or at least watched the trailer?
Tom Hagen said that he's looking forward to Friendship.
Oh, it's great, dude. It's great.
Atlantium just said that they respect Friendship, but it's just not for them. They tried to get into I Think You Should Leave, but it was a no.
I mean, that is 100% understandable. It's definitely a show where it's like you either are in it or you're not. Yeah. And I feel like in a way, this is a similar thing. Something to this person, this guy, the way he delivers everything. It might not be for everybody, and I get that for sure. So that's why I said it's a hard recommendation if you don't like that show.
Really? I don't think so at all. I'm not familiar with that show, but I don't think...
But you might watch the show and like it, too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying people that don't...
This is a selling point for the show for me.
For sure.
I'm talking about Going in Cold. I don't think he was as over the top in this movie as you guys are talking about. There's moments of it, like right there.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's not just like that over and over and over and over and over again. No. You know what I mean?
He calls everything a Marvel. They don't mention any Marvel movie by name.
See the new Marvel.
You go see the new Marvel. It's great. It's gonna be nuts. Go see the new Marvel. And apparently that scene with that guy in the garage, like yelling at him at the drum set. There's a 12-minute extended scene of that on this release.
Oh my God.
Plus deleted scenes and all kinds of other stuff. I don't know. I really enjoyed this movie. I think we all collectively did. It's a recommendation for anybody that hasn't seen it. Definitely.
It's an honest recommendation too, because how I feel, I say this all the time, I can't trust critics anymore. Yeah. I don't even have a source to go to, and that's why 9 times out of 10 I skip a lot of modern movies because I can't trust anything. But I'll say this one I actually watched, and I enjoyed the hell out of this one. The critics, all the little reviews I read about this one, I actually think are on point for once.
On point. Take that for what it's worth. Yeah. Friendship. All right, Russ, that's the news. Let's jump into the mail. Let's look at what we got in the mail. Let's talk about our new best friend, Avant-Garde-Cinema, Andreas. I don't know if he's still out there. He's in Germany. I don't know what the hell time it is there.
Yeah. It's a little late.
It's probably a little late. But This Is Us 4K Kings 4 Peddlers Row, unit number 2234. There we are. We're up here in that top left corner window.
Look at that.
A little mold on the wall. We got a power wash.
We made it. We're on the sign.
There we are.
Made it, Matt.
Right next to Allow Me Pack and Ship. Right below Deeper Life Bible Church.
Dude, we're big time now.
Big time, baby. Peddlers, Liquors, Allen Construction, Made Pro, Martial Arts. You got everything here.
Dirty apples.
Got it all. So this is us. Send us a line. Send us an email, 4kkingsyt@gmail.com. Send us a package. Send us anything you'd like. This is where we are residing. But let's jump into... Let me get my scissors here, Russ.
What are we jumping into?
What are we jumping into? Yeah, I'm jumping into your package, Russ.
All right.
So hold on one second.
You do some talking.
I'll do some talking.
You do the talking. I'll do the opening.
Don't do any opening yet. Hold on 1 second. I'll advise you on the opening.
Mom, get the camera ready. I'll wait.
All right.
This is the big one.
This is the big one.
This is the one I had to wait to open last.
All right. So we're here talking about this Avant-Garde-Cinema.de, a German website, a German online physical media boutique, if you want to call it that. But they're operated by one person, Andreas S. I'm not going to blast his last name in case he doesn't want to get angry emails, but his information's out there on this website if you want to
blast away.
If you want to blast away, he is just having a lot of conversations with him over the past couple of weeks while we were kind of talking about this collaboration. He is a physical media collector. I think that was one of the first things, Russ, you said you realized when you went to the website.
Yeah, well, again, you can tell when someone is of your herd. When I went there immediately, I had noticed, and I placed an order for, was the Kino release of Out of Sight, and even advertised on his website with the slip, he knew everything that a collector would be looking for, and he knew to put it right in the title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With the picture, it's just everything. It was okay, he has the body double steelbook, and he knows how to list it. It was to a T exactly what you're looking for without having to search is this going to have this slip? Is this the right edition I'm ordering? It was clear as day, every option.
Yeah, and you see that at websites like Diabolic and Orbit and so forth, because it's something that they care to let us know, and that's a sign of I'm in good hands, I think, right off the bat. As far as what he's selling releases from all U.S. international boutiques. That includes collector's editions from Umbrella, the Excite exclusive stuff he's got. Vinegar Syndrome titles have just been released or being put up on his site as well as his eBay shop. So again, he's located in Germany internationally. So for a lot of people that are over there that can't easily maybe get some of those releases over here in the US side of things without paying an arm and a leg for shipping, this is a good advantage and option as well.
Oh, that's the biggest selling point.
It is. As far as pricing is concerned, because that's the biggest thing, what do these releases cost? How does it all, how does all that stuff work? So he's selling all this stuff in euros, which, that is for our international peeps. That's what I'm sure you're used to. But for us US folk, €1 is equal to $1.13. So it's close. It's close to 1-to-1. It's nothing crazy, but it is a little bit more on the dollar end. When you jump over to the website, there's all these titles that they have, again, that are in euros essentially, but you can do a calculator once you kind of start going through checkout. And there's a bestseller list. There's stuff that's coming soon. You can sort it by all the different boutiques and whatnot. But when you look at the prices on the face, and him and I, Andreas, we were kind of talking back and forth through email, talking about the prices themselves. On their face, they are a little bit higher in some cases. They kind of look closer to the MSRP than what Amazon might discount them down to. And he was basically very clear about that with us, that, he can't compete with US prices as far as Amazon is concerned. Mm-hmm. But what he's trying to do and what he's trying to reach on one hand is the US audience that might want more of the international stuff, where when you're trying to buy over there and the prices are a little bit more expensive and the shipping is a little bit more expensive, everything he's doing is free shipping worldwide.
That is the biggest selling point. So even if these prices are a little bit higher, they're still comparable, especially when you're in North America and you're going global.
Yes.
You take out that shipping, especially we got tariffs and stuff that sometimes come into play nowadays. That is incredible. Yep. That's why, dude, 9 times out of 10, I don't order, we talked about on here, from Imprint from Australia.
Yep.
Because when you factor in that shipping, it's about $30 extra.
Yep.
That's free shipping from this site, which is
absolutely
insane.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing, I feel because I think you're not going to, as far as U.S. customers are concerned, I don't think you're going to make out maybe on every single title, but there were a few that I had been looking at internationally that I was never going to be able to get just for shipping. As an example, The Fall from Umbrella, that collector's edition. By the time all in that I would get it here with shipping from them, it's close to $90 or something, 85, something in that range. But through here, I think it was like 70. So it was at least with the free shipping and everything involved. So it's still, it's a pricey release no matter what. But when you're getting the free shipping element, it would have worked out better for me to go through him. So all of a sudden I was like, okay, this maybe would work out in more occasions than not.
And I want to point out, when I visited the site, he had titles that were currently out of stock on Diabolic and Orbit, who I usually go through.
Yep.
Collector's editions. I think at that time he still had the Lethal Weapon ones, which were unavailable everywhere else I checked.
Yep.
So it's another good resource for, hey, I didn't find it here. Let me check here. Like, I was shocked at some of the ones that were still available on his site.
Yeah, and one of the, just before we kind of look at some of the stuff that he's got, because we bought some stuff directly from him, because we went through the entire process. Before we were going to give any endorsement, we went through the whole process. We talked to him. We used his website. We got something shipped. We wanted to see it all from beginning to end, because if this turns out not great, Andreas, you're done. That's it.
You.
It's on you, pal.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
We're not lying to our audience here. We didn't even open it yet. We're going to do it live.
But I did also want to mention just one last piece, which I thought is pretty cool. It's like his customer service promise, which you get at a lot of the other big retailers too. But again, this is one person. This is one person's business. So you're supporting someone that's doing this for the love of the game as well as loving it himself. But just looking through some of his things here, and again, some conversation that we had, his orders are going out next business day. He's using DHL. It's always tracked. It's always completely insured, fully refunded if there's any damage. So he's really, I think, taking care of whoever's purchasing from him, which I do really appreciate.
He has a soul.
He does. He's got a soul. And he's provided us with a coupon code specifically for our audience out there, which we will share. It's our very first coupon code. Can you guess what it is?
Number 2 dildo. What was it?
Thrusting.
No.
Number 2 thrusting. No.
If you go to avantgarde-cinema.de and use coupon code 4KKings10,
4KKings10,
you'll get 10% off your entire order. And again, that also included the free shipping that you weren't having to pay for either. So it might end up doing, maybe there's some things out there that you've been missing. Like I said, the website's stacked.
Yes. It's one of those things like that one that got away. When you factor in the discount code and the free shipping, it might be there for you. We'll see. Be a tangible purpose.
So let's open up a package that we got from Avant-Garde-Cinema. So we got a nice DHL package. Yes. It feels sturdy.
It is sturdy. There is no shaking going on. Nothing of the sort.
Okay.
Taped to perfection. I'm not even sure I'm going to open this with this much tape.
How are we?
But I know whatever is inside is safe.
It's safe. We hope.
Matt, what's the URL? I can't really see it on the screen.
It is Avant-Garde-Cinema. So AVANTGARDE Cinema CINEMA.de. If you want to type it in the chat, Lindsay, so people have it.
Why, sure.
Thank you so much. And you can also type in the coupon code as well if you get the moment.
Man, you packed it so good, I'm not sure we're even going to be able to get to it.
Well,
it's that
we have to be able to get to it. So that's going to be one of the decision points. Can I get to the movies I bought?
Can I say 4K Kings 10 and the box opens?
Whatever you do, Russ, don't cut through our movies by going through the wrong end.
I did not.
All right, what do we got?
Look, I was exaggerating. It wasn't that hard.
All right, so describe to the audience the packaging and what's happening here.
So immediately when you open, you get a sticker that says audited 100%.
Nice.
No, impeccably packed. You had cardboard wrapped around or on top,
this nice piece of cardboard
on bottom.
Packing peanuts.
We also have packing peanuts, and we have bubble wrap around our entire purchase. Yes. So this is about as safe as can come.
And is that a receipt in there, or is that like a thank you note or a love letter?
I'm hoping it's a love letter.
All right. I will say...
Okay, let me read this.
All right, read that out loud.
It says, Dear 4K Kings, thank you for your order. I would like you to go to Amazon.com and type in number 2 thrusting dildo. No, it is a receipt, a printed out receipt with instructions with potentially any issues you could have, how to return, which it doesn't look like you would have any.
No, yeah, and I got a ton of emails like right away as soon as I placed the order, tracking, updated, and all that stuff. So yeah, as far as packaging is concerned, I don't know what you could expect any more than this. Looks like it's completely embedded into another layer of bubble wrap. So many layers of bubble wrap. He might have done this specifically for me, but if he's doing this for everyone, then...
No, this is his base. He can't go any lower than this. The audience is watching.
All right, so let's see what we got, Russ. You ready to show the audience what we got?
What did we get, Matt? What did we get?
Mike TTC said the code works. It's confirmed.
Nice.
Let us know what you picked up.
Yeah.
Let us know what you picked up. If you use the code, if you end up using the store, let us know. Let us know how it goes. Again, we're consumers as well. We want to make sure that we're supporting and all the right people. All the right time. So if you do pick up something, let us know what you picked up. All right, first up, Russ. What did you get?
So I ordered, and I just mentioned this, the Kino release of Out of Sight, which still has the slipcover available.
Nice.
Now, if you have been looking at this, Kino on their site, the slip has been unavailable for at least a year now. And this was one of those releases I was interested in when it came out, but kind of put to the side. When I went to purchase it, did not have the slip, so I never got it. Thanks to Avant-Garde-Cinema, now I have it. But seriously, that's pretty impressive that a slip that was out of print from Kino itself for well over a year, I was still able to go here and purchase.
Awesome.
So very happy, and no damage at all whatsoever to the product.
Beautifully shrink wrapped.
Beautifully.
All right, and then what else you got there, Russ?
Oh, we're going back to me.
Yeah, we're going back to you.
Similar story. I don't believe the Pumpkinhead slip is available on the 4K that Scream Factory put out, but as advertised on his site, I got it. And again, factory sealed, slipcase intact, no damage whatsoever. Well done, my friend.
Well done. And then the last one for you, Russ.
My last pickup, I went with Second Sight. You see, I went with I was
gonna say
Kino, Scream Factory, and Second Sight.
Yep.
I wanted to see what Avant-Garde had to offer here. I wanted to see, but I went with the House of the Devil. Now this is the Blu-ray. The Second Sight did not put this out in 4K, but I picked this up through Avant-Garde as if I ordered from Second Sight themselves. Man, no damage whatsoever. And obviously this looks beautiful.
Yep.
But thoroughly impressed. What did you pick up, man?
And I went with another label altogether too. I thought it was good that we would spread it out. And
Yes.
I picked up the release of the year, a true piece of art that is undisputed and has been talked about countless times, and now I own, thanks to Andreas and AvantGarde-Cinema.de, and that is Sliver, baby.
Whoa.
Sliver is in hand. It's here. We got it.
Lindsay, you
big
finally
day.
get to see Sliver.
Finally.
I mean,
Tonight's
even if we only watched this movie once, even if I put this on and I was like, God, why did I like this movie back then? Well, I guess I know why back then, but why would I ever watch this again? This is a piece of art, this release. This is one of the best packagings I've ever seen.
No, it really is.
Looking great. Nice booklet in there. This is great. Right in my Vinegar Syndrome collection. Sliver,
I'm happy you have that.
you're finally home.
I'm shocked. That's a release I actually am shocked that you did not pick up day one.
Well, I finally have it, and I would say now that we've opened everything and looked at everything, I would say 100% would purchase again.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. I have no issue whatsoever placing another order here. If you guys are interested, check it out. Once again, avantgardecinema.de, 4K Kings 10 is the coupon code. Hopefully many more collaborations to come, but we are now, I guess, locked at the hip with Andreas here.
Definitely. And like I said, dude, we're in no way shills. We looked into this thoroughly. Like, is this legit?
Yeah.
Is this worth it? And wow, it's honestly too good to be true, especially in those cases, as I said, where for those ones that got away, I was shocked at what was in stock at this store. Very shocked.
Much like the dildo. We vetted it thoroughly, and were we blown away.
Yes.
So thank you again. Again, check this out. We'll put a link in the description as well, so you can easily go there, as well as the coupon code. I have no idea how long that coupon code is going to last for. I'm assuming for a little while. Andreas better not screw over the people that are buttering his bread now. So let's close out. Just really quick, before we do a roast or toast, so what do we got, like 10 minutes or something? What time we got there? Lindsay, are the people restless?
15 minutes.
Are the people restless, Lindsay?
I don't know, but Atlantium just said, what is the deal with Sliver on this channel? LOL.
It's classic.
And Tom Hagen said, Lindsay, you poor girl, you have no idea what's coming.
It's not going to be great. The Sliver lore is way too deep. We've been talking about it for a year. I can't catch everyone up. If you haven't been following along, then it's too much to endure. All right, here we go. Steelbooks, baby. Jaws, 50th anniversary. Here it is.
I picked it up too, but I had it shipped to a different residence.
A different residence. What? Okay, wrong.
Well, to skip. There was a reason, but
okay.
I haven't gotten my hands on it just yet.
Would you like to touch that one?
Jesus Christ, man. We got a whole...
I'm just going to go real quick. All right, and then we got Longlegs. Got long legs. It was on sale. Picked it up on Amazon on Sizzy.
How much did you get it for?
I can't remember now, but it wasn't. Initially, it was like $39.99. It was probably like $30 or something.
I didn't realize you liked that much.
Oh, it's going to be. I was excited to watch this movie again. I feel like it's going to be a cult film. It's going to be one to go.
I don't want to pick this up.
It's going to be one to revisit, definitely.
Honestly, I'm going to go on Avant-Garde-Cinema because this is one like I feel like I missed. I gotta do that.
I got my Showgirls with my alternate slip.
I really like how Vinegar Syndrome did the alternate slip. I thought that was really awesome.
Yep, got that there. Got my Censor without the slip, but also a really cool horror movie that I picked up from Vinegar Syndrome also.
Yep.
Excellent. And then lastly, my 2 VSUs. I got the Golden Child and Congo is in the house.
Those look sick.
I know, dude.
Show us the laser.
And now it's finally home right next to Sliver. Here's the monkey lasers, baby.
Oh, the monkey lasers in person. That is exquisite.
Exquisite. And then when you open it up, obviously,
profound.
We got to also show this off too. Let's see real quick. The old great. I love these releases. The slipcase with Bruce Campbell making a God knows what face.
I swear to God, that looks like Peter Tosh. That looks like a reggae album, like it's a marijuana ad or something. I don't know what I'm thinking.
And look at Tim Curry.
He's the one that's really giving me the vibes.
I know.
Like he's holding up some fucking fat blunt and yeah.
Vinegar Syndrome came correct with all these releases. Thank you to them. Thank you to them. Picked up on that on their big sale.
You really had an astounding 2 weeks.
A lot of stuff came in.
Big physical media.
When it rains, it pours.
Time span.
Sometimes pre-orders just all come together.
That's true. I didn't bring it with me, but I received my special edition Lethal Weapon.
Okay.
I did not bring it here. I'll be posting it on Instagram.
My Diabolic order's on the way. Also pre-ordered, which I pre-ordered a while ago. It's got Dark City in it. It's got Lethal Weapon in it. And it's got Miracle Mile in it.
Let us know in the chat. Should we review Lethal Weapon? And I say that because you're going to get 2 perspectives. One, a person who's enjoyed it since single digits. And one, a person who was watching it for the first time.
Yes. I think we should come back with more reviews. I think we should review that.
Yeah.
I think we should review Dark City. I think we should review Sorcerer. I think we should just go off.
Yes. I also think we should review
Casper, 30th anniversary 4K, also coming out.
There were some stuff we did not cover. I'm excited for the 4K of But I'm a Cheerleader.
Okay.
I'm a fan of that film. But you're right. I think we should do a review of the number 2 thrusting vibrator available through, what was her name? Rachel's Dildos.
Rachel's Dildos.
Amazon.com.
All right, Russ. Well, to close out, we're going to take a look at Todd's collection.
Yay.
Todd D. I'm not going to say his last name, but Todd D. He said, he actually wrote, oh gosh, I'm woefully unprepared. Let me just read his email too really quick because he wrote something nice.
You need a summer break.
I do need the patented summer break. It's on its way. We're about to be out of here.
Going anywhere?
Yeah, actually.
Where?
Going to Cape May tomorrow.
Are you serious?
I mean, don't disclose our plans like so exactly. Jeez.
If anyone's in the Cape May area,
Stop. You're making me nervous.
Take a look out for me. Where I'll be walking around the streets.
Nah, we're from Peddler's Row. We know how to handle ourselves, Lindsay, the producer. Don't worry.
All right, so let's see. Where's Todd at? Todd said...
What did Todd say?
I know, this shit's...
What Todd say?
All right, so Todd said, my collection, it's an east-west kind of deal. Let me put them up on the screen.
East-west?
Oopsie.
Is there a beef? He's got the Tupac and Biggie sides of his collection.
All right, Todd, here we go. All right. He said he's an east-west kind of deal. Each shelf is a genre or section, just like an old-school video store. I got my samurai films top shelf on the east, got my westerns top shelf on the west, got my kung fu flicks second shelf on the east, and got my gangster crime flicks second shelf on the west. My sci-fi fantasy horror section starts in those gray shelves at the bottom with Dracula and ends in the bottom left pick with Boss Level. With each shelf, I sort my movies by release date first, and then I group my directors together in their respective genres. Only Scorsese and Tarantino get a pass on not having their filmographies divided into sections. This collection has been my pride and joy for my whole life. Thanks for the dope show. Boys love Todd. So here's Todd's setup. We're going to get close up, but here he is. This is what he's doing.
Todd, do you enjoy smoking opium?
Let's go. Let's get close up and see if we can see any opium ash. Let's go east-west. So this is all right. So this is his top. Looks like his kung fu stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Got some kung fu. Got some Bruce Lee.
So we're in the east.
We're on the east.
Now.
Yep, we're
on the east side.
Yep. And this is from release date, which that's an interesting method.
From release date of the films themselves, or from
it looks like Seven Samurais up at the top there, and I guess maybe it goes down. That's kind of interesting.
How does the PlayStation 1 Metal Gear Solid fit into this?
How does it fit in, Todd?
And how does it
roasted?
Look, and how does it look on your 4K player?
A little bit lower. Here's some more. He's got his Shaw scope sets going. More Bruce Lee.
That's nice, man.
All by release date.
That's nice.
Looking good. Looking good.
Got Police Story. One of my favorite jokes in any movie is when Jackie Chan's on the phones. Remember that? And he takes a call from a person reporting a grape.
Yeah. I do remember that. I do remember that.
Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah, I do remember
what
that.
he says after that in Police Story.
I don't remember what he says after though.
Well,
insensitive.
He's not very sympathetic. Remember, he's like, "Why didn't you report?" He's like, "When did this happen?" And she says something like, "It was months ago, I believe." And he's like, "Well, why didn't you call then?" And he hangs up.
Oh my god. Back to Todd.
Todd, why would you own a film like that?
Yeah, why would you, Todd?
What's wrong with you?
Roasted.
That was pretty good.
That was great. And here we got our sci-fi. Looks like a lot of blue. Looks tons of Blu-ray. Todd, we got to get the 4Ks up in the sci-fi area. Looks like Conan, RoboCop is 4K. Not seeing too many others though.
He's got that bootleg Indiana Jones Complete Adventures. That's the one where they try and tell you there's 4 movies.
Yeah, it's not right. They swindle.
You fell for it.
Yeah, you fell
Only
for that.
3, dumbass.
We got Dune up there, but I don't know if that's the blue or the 4K release of the David Lynch version.
That's cool. And to be honest, I dig this. I like this genre style. Yeah. I honestly do.
Really cool.
It is kind of weird. I understand. Hold on. Did you pick up on this, Matt?
What?
He has the DVD of Strange Days there, but do you know why? Because that shit's never been on Blue, or there's been no respectable release of Strange Days. So I know why he has that there as a statement. As like a goddamn it, this Catherine Bigelow directed, James Cameron produced masterpiece of the 90s that is an underrated gem, needs more love, and it's going to sit amongst the blues until it receives it.
It's going to sit out like a sore thumb.
Goddamn right, I feel you, Todd.
That and how the Grinch Stole Christmas?
I will watch the bullshit Toy Story 4 until I get a proper release of Strange Days.
He's watching Toy Story 4. That's a roast right there. I don't even have anything else to say. That's a roast. Let's go to the other side of things. Let's get out of Toy Story 4. Here's Westerns. A little Western area.
I thought we were doing... Oh, well, yeah, Western.
Western
Literally
skies.
I thought we were doing like
Western
civilization, Western civilization.
His setup's too complicated, it seems.
It's
too complicated to understand. I don't know what he's doing.
It's too regional.
Too regional.
We need an atlas to get through your collection.
We even got like a little sombrero up there.
I'll pull up Google Maps just to find True Grit.
The Proposition, I really like that movie. 310 to Yuma, love that movie. Great collection. You got a lot of good stuff.
Solid
stuff. Okay, if we go a little lower, this is the gangster area, and what I noticed here is there's an actual handgun embedded in the midst.
Shit. Jeez,
Todd, I take back every joke I said. I was just kidding, man. It's a YouTube channel. I'm trying to entertain people. I love your collection.
Todd's like, look, if anyone talks shit, I'm gonna have my Glock ready. It's just gonna be like stuck in the corner so I can pull that shit out. Is that like a lighter? Is that one of those things that's gonna be a lighter? Todd, what are you doing?
He's in the chat. He said it's an airsoft.
Yeah,
What's
right.
that mean?
That's so the feds don't show up at Todd's house.
What's an airsoft?
It's like a BB, isn't it? It's something like that.
I'm still scared. It looks scary.
It looks scary.
Lindsay, he just made that up. It's a real gun.
Yeah, but Todd, why's it got to be there? Why are you trying to be so intimidating with next to John Wick?
And so wait, with gangster movies from the East, so that looks like, who's that up there on the right? Is that Chow Yun-Fat?
That might be Chow Yun-Fat. Yep.
Like that would still go in gangster movies.
There it is.
Yeah, better tomorrow. So would that wouldn't go in the East? I'm a little lost.
Todd,
that's more gangster.
Clarify for us, Todd.
I get it, it's gangster, but like I thought it was more geographical than it was genre. That's true, but he pointed out it's more of a video store, and I'm thinking more like I don't know, man.
You're
right. It's break. I want to travel the globe.
He's got a Glock. He's also got his. He's got his DVD steelbook of the Boondocks in there too. Boondock Saints.
I was about to say the Boondocks.
The Boondocks
that was a
itself.
great show.
We got lucky number 11. This is the first movie Lindsay, the producer, and I ever watched.
Sure is.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys were like in your 20s. There were plenty of movies made before then.
There were.
I saw them all with my last boyfriend.
I know. The joke was that you guys had never seen a movie.
That was a great joke. This is a great gangster area. Let's see. Let's go on what we got. Oh, and then we're back to the main.
Does look nice.
It's a great collection.
Yeah.
Todd, great collection. Thanks for sharing. We got nunchucks up here.
What was on the bottom?
These are video games, it looks like, but also maybe some Matrix. Oh, wait. I didn't get a close-up of these. Todd, you didn't send these.
That looks like the sci-fi section.
Jeez, Todd. We're trying to roast you here. You're not making it easy. But now this looks great.
No, it is a cool setup.
Is this where you sit, Todd? Like where this picture is, this purview of this? Is where you got your TV right here?
You know what, dude? It feels homey also. It feels very relaxed.
You probably squeeze a few
right in.
I feel like if you look to the right outside a window, there's probably like a nice forest, probably some deer outside there, a nice pond. That's what I'm getting the feeling of, man.
And then he
nice natural light coming in.
Gets the Glock out.
Yeah. Like I'm getting like
Like I want to be invited over.
like it's a cabin. Yeah.
We could squeeze a few more inches for a bigger TV here, Todd.
Dude,
Matt.
invite Todd. Invite me over.
Come on, Todd. Let's squeeze some more.
Smoke some opium with me, and let's go fishing after we watch True Grit.
Could probably go up at least 10 inches, Todd.
You and your
10
TV
inches?
sizes.
10 inches. If you need 10 inches, man, you go to Amazon and you type in #2 thrusting vibrator.
For people that are just
from
tuning in,
Rachel's dildos.
For people that are just tuning in and don't realize we were sponsored by Rachel and her adult products, let's just bring that back up really quick. Let's just make sure people know to go to Amazon and search for #2, not #1, #2, and don't forget the kickstand that it comes with.
That's right, man.
The kickstand.
The kickstand.
Kickstand.
Well, Russ, it's been a lovely time. I guess we'll go to the chat as we close out and say our goodbyes.
It's been real.
Been real fun. We're gonna miss everyone.
We are.
So Todd is in the chat. I guess he goes by Dickie Holmes. So you'll see he's commented back.
He goes by Dingo Boy.
No, Dickie Holmes.
Dickie Holmes.
He has a gun, Matt.
Watch out. You just told everyone where you're going to be tomorrow.
Be safe.
All right, let's go back just a little bit when we'll catch up.
You got Pex, he got Tex.
Mellow Fellow said it's 12:30 a.m. in Germany. 12:30. Sorry I'm late, but I'm glad I caught the tail end. Jake 40A, we're glad you're there, buddy.
David, we need Blood In, Blood Out on 4K. We need American Me on 4K. I love that movie. I'm on a kick with American Me recently.
Adini, hi guys, I'm late to the show as usual. You're never too late to join us, Adini, and we need to get caught up with you. I know you got a lot of exciting things going on that the audience is probably dying to know about. We will be with you soon, my friend. You guys are in Delaware hell. I'm in Maryland Eastern Shore, says Dark Hawk Mark.
Let's hang out.
Let's hang out sometime, Mark.
Go eat some crabs.
Atlantium, I need a merch update today. Take my money, LOL. That merch update will hopefully be coming very, very soon.
Yes.
No sarcasm, no BS, no running around, beating around the bush. We're closer than we've ever been to merch.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens when we return. Maybe you'll just get that sweet, sweet merch you're all hoping for.
You may be surprised when we return. We'll put it that way.
We'll see.
New Metal Ricky, I always wanted to see Dragged Across Concrete.
Oh.
I enjoyed Bone Tomahawk. And what was the other?
Dude, it's the runtimes that get me on those.
Yeah, but he did Bone Tomahawk and the other Brawl.
Cell Block.
Yeah,
Cell Block
I like
30,
that too.
20,
Isn't that the
17?
same guy?
It is the same guy.
Yeah, that's the one where Mel came into it.
Yeah, it's Mel's boy.
I should watch that, man.
Dude, it's like 2 hours and 50 minutes or something.
So are the other ones.
I know, that's
and
what I mean.
So
it's tough.
funny. With Brawl, you stopped it right when it like starts to get crazy at the end. You watched an hour and a half, and then that last hour is when it goes off the rails.
Yeah. I turned it off.
That part, man.
I hate it when Russ goes in the wrong end, says Dingo Boy.
When you were trying to open the package.
Oh, yeah, I totally was. I thought he was referencing the #2 thrusting vibrator.
I think it was tied back to that.
It probably was.
Oh, okay.
Denny says no slip, no sail for some.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. I don't know. I know it's silly, but you want what you want, man. If you're a collector.
Sliverado.
I actually didn't catch that.
Slither and Congo. Poor Lindsay, the producer.
They have no idea.
You're in for a long one. Let's see. Love Censor, me too. None of your business. Love that movie. It's awesome. Golden Shot, classic movie. Cracks me up every time. Absolutely. Yes. Review Lethal Weapon. Loved it in the 80s. Didn't age well for me, says Jay Donnelly. Whoa.
Why?
Wow.
I disagree.
Let's hear the reasons why.
I disagree. I think for a lot of 80s action movies, Lethal Weapon, the original, holds up. I mean, unless you're talking about the specific tropes of the action genre, for instance, letting Mel fight Gary Busey in the end rather than just putting him in handcuffs.
Yeah.
If you're talking about that, I get it. But if you're talking tonally, like the heart of it and all, and the relationships within, I disagree. I think most 80s action movies don't do it half as well as Lethal Weapon.
Dickie Holmes, that's my collection. Thanks, boys. Only on
DVD.
Only on DVD.
Is there a Strange Days German Blu-ray? I'm sure Germany releases everything.
Yeah, they kick ass.
But in North America, I don't believe there was ever a blue. And just like another Catherine Bigelow masterpiece, Near Dark had one shitty-ass Blu-ray that I own.
Yeah.
Yeah, more Catherine Bigelow love in general needs to come to 4K and physical media.
I agree.
Underrated director, man.
Finalized in Japan, that Bruce Lee Criterion is the ultimate Bruce set. And Dickie Holmes.
Oh, Jay Donnelly, you're just trying to get at me now. We're
Last Crusade was just stop or my mom will shoot. I don't think so.
No, Tarantino.
I know that is a funny. That's
it
a
was
funny
hilarious,
joke.
his take on it. Oh, Jay Donnelly, I love you, but we got to agree on something. Keep going. I'm focusing on Jay.
Stevie Dan, 1969, #1 in the chat. Chow Yun Fat picture, nice. No wonder he's #1 in the chat.
I agree.
He's dropping comments like that. Wow, #1, baby. I love it. Give me more, Stevie Dan.
He did explain Django is a gangster movie. He said Tarantino and who was the other filmmaker are the exceptions to his genre separation. Yeah. So that made sense if Django was in the gangster movie section because it's Tarantino.
Special K, my Blu-ray cabinet just like this, all by genre, blockbuster video style. Jake 48, Matt not selling Russ's joke is making my week.
Which
joke? Which joke? Sometimes they just go right over my head.
No, they don't. It's intentional.
That's the comedy of it. Let's see. New Metal Ricky for a few dollars more.
I rewatch these live streams. They're not going over your head. I see what you do, Matt.
Stare you right in the
I'm
eye.
Laughing my ass off too when I watch them. I'm like, dude, that was hysterical. You just made me look like a jerk off.
Stevie Dan, does Rachel do nunchucks? Wow. 8 a.m. in Japan, says Vinylized in Japan. Well, good morning in Japan. Sub Abbas, thanks for accompanying me on my bus commute to work. Love from Sydney, Australia. Love Australia.
Mm-hmm.
None of your business. #2 in the chat says 4K King stickers. We got you covered.
Good idea.
Good idea. Very good idea. Let's see. Matt and Russ is going to come back from break dripped out. Dripped out. Dragged Across Concrete is his best, I think. I mean, I'd like to see a movie that guy made with Mel in it.
Yeah.
That's the combo I want.
Like you said, it was the runtime. Every time I would sit down, I had a copy of it at one point too, but it was just like, damn, I don't know if I had the time.
So it's like him with Kurt Russell, him with Vince Vaughn, and now him with Mel. And is it Vince Vaughn again?
If I recall correctly. Yeah. Vince Vaughn.
Yeah. Bone Tomahawk, so good, but so brutal. One I've definitely wanted to see for a long time also.
Yeah, I like that filmmaker. I know he's been accused of like he's like
weird stuff.
Right wing. Oh, really?
I don't know. Is that what it is?
I don't know. I don't care. I just watch the dude's movies, and he does. He makes brutal fucking movies that are fun. I mean, I don't see a problem with him.
Charlie 85, Total Recall versus RoboCop. Still can't decide which wins.
Are you asking me?
I mean, I'm saying he can't decide.
Oh, what do you think, Matt? Because I know you're a huge fan. I think you might even be a bigger fan of Total Recall than myself. And I'm a big fan. To me, that answer is easy, and it's RoboCop.
Yep. Okay.
Is it for you?
It's not easy.
It's not easy, but is it RoboCop?
Man.
And I can make the argument why.
Please help me make my mind up.
Tonally, RoboCop is consistent from beginning to end. Total Recall, about halfway through, just kind of goes Arnold Schwarzenegger action movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
The first half of Total Recall has a different, almost, I don't want to say smarter because that sounds insulting, but it has more setup, kind of like what you said about Training Day. It's more intriguing in the beginning of Total Recall, and what ultimately its payoff is while we're getting Verhoeven doing it, and it's awesome. It is just kind of like action beat after action beat silliness. You know what I mean? Even though that's incredible.
And very entertaining.
And very entertaining. I think RoboCop is incredible and very entertaining while maintaining the tone and having the bonus element of a satirical look on society that is sharp as hell. And the dialogue in RoboCop is better. So it has that over Total Recall. What do you think? Counterpoint.
I mean, Ronnie Cox being in both and having badass lines in both. I was trying to think which Ronnie Cox lines I like better.
Oh, which ones? Yeah. Come on. One time asshole is one of my favorite lines in any movie.
There you go. None of your business. RoboCop is the better movie, but I'll watch Total Recall for the laughs.
Exactly. And dude, me saying that, I am not shitting on Total Recall. I love that damn movie. But RoboCop is better. Like you can watch RoboCop and not laugh at it.
Is it his second by far?
For me, no.
What's his second for you?
For Verhoeven's like American stuff?
Yeah.
So hold on, we got to go through them. You got RoboCop, Total Recall, Basic Instinct, Showgirls, Starship Troopers, and Hollow Man, right?
Yep.
So yeah, my top Verhoeven, number 1 would be RoboCop. So I don't know if this will piss you guys off. Number 2 is Basic Instinct. Then number 3 would be Total Recall. Ooh.
Showgirl, Starship Trooper?
That's what I'm debating on.
Okay.
I guess I'll go Starship Troopers 4, Showgirls 5, Hollow Man 6. That's my list.
I liked Hollow Man.
I did too. Dude, I like all of his American. Like, he's the kind of person when he goes so far, it's so entertaining. Like we're talking about with Total Recall. But I can still look at that, especially with the first half of what that movie sets up, and view it as you kind of dropped the ball. Even though when you drop the ball and go far, it is better than
what anyone else is doing.
Else. Yeah, but it's still, with RoboCop, that did not happen. You know,
Jay Donnelly, Michael Ironside's character as the worst day at work in Total Recall. The worst day at work. Girlfriend killed, arms chopped off. It's about goddamn time. It's about goddamn time. Yeah, he's a great character too. Well, it's been fun. I guess it's time to wrap it up. It's been, what's this, an extra large episode? We've been talking for 3 hours?
We got off on Verhoeven. You know what else you can get off on, Matt? If you go to Amazon and you type in number 2, fluctuating, what is it? Thrusting.
Here it is. One more time. We are advocating and sponsored by.
That's right.
The number 2 thrusting dildo vibrator.
You type in coupon code 4K King Russ.
And you'll get that sweet discount. Just in time for the summer. And then let's also not forget Avant-Garde-Cinema. Go to their website. Check them out. They are a great small business, physical media for physical media, by physical media collectors, for the people out there at large. We have a coupon code 4KKings10. We'll put it all in the description. Check it out. If you do pick up something, like I said, let us know what you picked up.
Yeah.
Let us know what you do on your summer break.
Yeah.
We'll be back July 22nd.
Yeah.
And Russ, I'm going to let you have the final words.
Whew. All right, Matt. So the other day I was watching Ghostbusters 2, right? And it was on the opening scene with Venkman. You know, it opens where he has that talk show now. And one of the guests on it is actually Chloe Webb, who played Nancy Spungen in the Sid and Nancy, which I didn't even cover that.
And the
that
girlfriend in Twins.
Yeah, she was the girlfriend in Twins anyway. Dude, I never realized this whole scene